back, Doug.
Nate, appreciate it. Sorry to miss last week, but you and Nick did an absolutely fantastic job and got to see a competitive game for a while until Jersey Shore stretched it out and got a big 62-0 win over Shamokin to extend that winning streak to 7-0 on the season.
Yeah, it was a great night. Off to a little bit of a slow start last week, but to be truthfully honest with you, you expect that. They showed some resilience last week. Tonight it's senior night. What are some of your expectations for Week 8 with Montoursville coming in?
Well, real quick recap. We talked about the Jersey Shore score last week. Mifflinburg 33-0 over Shikellamy. Selinsgrove 42-6 over Central Mountain. This Montoursville team lost big to Danville, who's probably one of, if not the top team in AAA this year, 42-0. Lewisburg lost to Loyalsock 41-7. Canton, who we will see next week, of course, 73-6 over Montgomery. CMVT still in the playoff hunt, 38-30 over Cowanesque Valley. And Milton, second in the D4 4A rankings, 21-16 over Bloomsburg. And a great game tonight, Nate. Milton-Mifflinburg. It'll be a good one to see. Probably Milton's toughest game of the year as the year goes on, so that'll be a good measuring stick for the Black Panthers. But a good, obviously, good game last week. You talked about it, saw it in person. Shamokin has some good athletes, quarterback Nye, very good kid, but wore him down, scoring 3 times in the second quarter, 3 times in the third quarter. And what's really impressive, and again, thanks to Chris Davis and your dad, Jim Carpenter, for all of the stats. What's really impressive, obviously, you put up 62 points, a lot of people running the ball, throwing the football. Jordan last week, 5 for 11, 87 yards. But running the ball, Elijah, 4 for 82. Brady, 8 for 91. Packer, 9 for 91. And then 5 other guys ran the football effectively. But what is really impressive is the tackles for loss. And again, you saw it in person. 20 tackles for loss and a number of sacks led by Tate Sechrist with 2.5. Dirk Stetz with half a sack. Just that's an unbelievable amount of tackles for a loss in any team. And Shamokin, who's still a pretty good competitive team, you can't recover from that when you have that many plays for a loss in a ball game.
You're exactly right, and Nye came out pretty strong last Friday night. Threw the ball around a little bit. They were able to get maybe 1 or 2 big plays on the ground as well, but eventually forced into the Wildcat 2 minutes before the half, and they stayed in it. I didn't realize Nye was hurt, so that was the end of it for Shamokin last week. So we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back to talk about this week. You're listening to Jersey Shore High School football on the Bear Country Sports Network.
Angie's List you know and trust is now Angie, and we're so much more than just a list. We still connect you with top local pros and show you ratings and reviews, but now we also let you compare upfront prices on hundreds of projects and book a service instantly. We can even handle the rest of your project from start to finish. So remember, Angie's List is now Angie, and we're here to get your job done right. Get started at Angie.com. That's ANGI, or download the app today.
Want to sell a house? Want to buy a house? Then call the Dave Winkleman team at Anchor Realty in Lock Haven. Dave's a graduate of Jersey Shore High School. He and his wife Jan live in South Avis, the parents of 7 children. So you know the Dave Winkleman team is motivated to market your home and find you a new one. 570-858-0777. Ask Dave how he can guarantee your home will sell within 90 days. The Dave Winkleman team at Anchor Realty, 57 Belfont Avenue in Lock Haven, ready to serve you. 570-858-0777.
Mr. Clean, Mr. Clean. Of course I use Mr. Clean Magic Eraser to clean tough messes off my stovetop and bathtub. But then I discovered I can also use it to easily clean my patio furniture and even my shoes. I'm hooked.
And when wipes won't cut it, I use Magic Eraser Sheets. They're thin and flexible erasers, perfect for everyday messes, like gunk on my counters and sinks. They really are magical.
The reviews are in. Mr. Clean Magic Eraser and Sheets make cleaning look easy.
Visit the Twilight Diner in Loganton, where tasty, fresh-made food is available when you want it. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Choose a burger, homemade pizza, stromboli, their famous mountain sandwich, or anything on their menu. See it on their Facebook page. Now home of the Loganton area's only beer cave. The Twilight Diner, 603 North Mill Street, just off the Loganton exit of Interstate 80. 570-725-3911 for takeout. The Twilight Diner in Loganton.
Have you wanted to speak a new language but thought it'd be too difficult or take too much time? Then try Babbel. In just 15 minutes a day, Babbel teaches you conversations that you will actually use. With 14 languages and lesson topics like travel, business, relationships, and more, you'll learn what matters most to you. Babbel. Language for life. Learn a new language with ease. Go to Babbel.com to try for free. That's BABBEL.com.
It's time for an insurance review. Every now and then, you need to know you're getting the best coverage at the best price. So here's a phone number, 570-865-5191. State Farm agent Jason Eberhardt will give you an overview and make recommendations on how you can protect yourself and your family. Auto, home, life, health, property, or business, it's Eberhardt State Farm. Available online at InsureJerseyShore.com. Eberhardt State Farm in their new offices, 600 Allegheny Street, Jersey Shore. 570-865-5191.
WQBR 99.9 FM.
Nate Carpenter, Doug Byerly back here on the Bear Country Sports Network. It's going to be an awesome night. Weather is just spectacular. The field hasn't looked this good for an entire year, has it, Doug?
Well, field has looked fantastic and always nice to see when the turf stays in place. We want to bring this second session underway by giving thanks to Steve and Elisa Wadsworth of Lock Haven for their support of the broadcast all season long, and thanks to River Valley Internet for, again, providing the bandwidth we need to bring you this broadcast. River Valley Internet, we never forget you have a choice. And our pregame show is brought to you by Pennycoff Rural Services for property maintenance, excavating, hauling, tree work, driveways, water lines, and so much more. Give Jeff a call to get those outdoor projects completed, 570-360-7757.
Well, here we are tonight again, senior night, 18 seniors here for the Bulldogs, senior laden, and this group is brawny. They're tough, and let's face it, Doug, we've had a great turnout. This is the fourth week in a row we're back here at Thompson Street, so the schedule has been a blessing, too, for the Dogs, and they've dominated opponents this year, 7-0 on the year. Facing Montoursville tonight. What are some of the things that you've looked when you study the Montoursville program as they compete tonight?
So they come in at 4-3, wins over Wellsboro, Lewisburg, Central Columbia, and probably their best win over a good Bald Eagle area team, 29-21 a couple weeks ago. Losses to Troy, who's undefeated, Southern Columbia, even though with a couple losses, still obviously a good solid program, 34-16. And last week, got handled in a big way by a very, very good Danville team. Probably a marquee game in the state tonight, Danville against Berwick at Danville. Really good ball game, so we'll update you on scores there. So they come in at 4-3, but here's their problem, Nate. They don't score a whole lot. Under 19 points a game. They give up 26 points a game, obviously, with the record. You can see that. Their biggest thing is they lost their best player on the offensive side, Marco Paluzzi. He's out. He led the region in passing, receiving yards, multiple games with over 100 yards on the ground. So he's a player that if you lose, it's very tough to replace, and they have not been able to replace him. Conklin's been a nice plug-in at the running game. He's had a couple games over 100 yards and 3 or 4 games in a row over 90 yards. So he's been consistent. Bakowski's been there forever, one of those players he's played since his freshman year. But he's not a big guy. He's a small guy. You get him in space, he can do some damage. But they haven't been able to put together that consistent offensive performance that they have over the years. And they'll need that tonight if Jersey Shore continues to play like they've done all year, averaging over 61 points per game. Pretty impressive.
Yeah, and around 500 yards a total offensive game. It's really just been – the program's become a juggernaut. And tonight, really, we've noticed this year, too, when – Alex Jackson draws up a defensive scheme in that 5-2. If you get into long down and distances and you can't move the chains, you can't flip the field, they just turn up the heat.
Yeah, and that we've talked about that literally from game one. The field position part of the game has been just truly unbelievable. That Jersey Shore, I bet if you would add up all of their offensive drives, they've started the great majority of them in the opponent's territory, and that's really something that's given them just a huge advantage.
Well, as the Jersey Shore band takes the field tonight on senior night, we're going to pause for a break, and as we do, you're going to hear the head coach Tom Gravish interview for this week. You're listening to Jersey Shore High School football on the Bear Country Sports Network.
When Big Mobile charges you an arm and a leg, they're taking your money and your power and your arm and leg. Boost Mobile gives your power back with an unlimited plan for $25 a month on one of America's largest 5G networks. We can't give you back your arm and your leg because we're not qualified surgeons. Unless you're an iguana who can grow limbs back. Switch to Boost and get an unlimited plan for $25 a month. Boost Mobile. Unleash your power. New customers only. One line, $25 per month with autopay. Additional restrictions apply. See boostmobile.com for details.
When you're looking to move to something bigger or smaller, new construction or a fixer-upper, in town or out of town, your first call should be to Brady Carnahan at SWC Real Estate, 570-295-8233. Through the years, SWC has become an industry leader committed to excellence by offering the most comprehensive marketing solutions. At SWC Realty, it's simple. We just market your home better. Call Brady Carnahan today, 570-295-8233.
At Boot Barn, we believe that the cowboy boot is an American icon. Today's boots are not only rooted in history, but are enhanced with modern technology features for the working cowboy. Ariat boots are built with advanced technology that provides the comfort and support of a high-performance athletic shoe, yet still has the functionality and durability of the iconic cowboy boot. And at Boot Barn, we carry over 250,000 pairs of Ariat boots nationwide. Ariat at Boot Barn.
McMahon, Ferguson & Associates Insurance Agency is your local Erie insurance agency. They handle your home, auto, commercial, and life insurance needs. Let's talk life insurance. If something happened to you, would your family be prepared? Let McMahon, Ferguson & Associates craft the perfect life insurance policy for you. Call 570-398-4090 or visit 1020 Allegheny Street, Jersey Shore. McMahon, Ferguson & Associates Erie Insurance Agency.
My name is Rose, and I've been driving a school bus for 25 years for Susquehanna Transit Company. Susquehanna Transit is family-owned and operated. If you can drive a car, you can drive a school bus. The hours and pay are great, with many opportunities to earn even more money. So come meet the staff and trainers and be a part of a great family. Call 570-753-5125.
Everything you need in one place. Jiffy Market in Jersey Shore. Now your first choice for great hot food, breakfast sandwiches, bagels, French toast sticks, boneless wings, hash browns, garbage fries, and taco wraps. PA lottery tickets and skill games at ATM, fresh-made sandwiches, meat and cheese by the pound, snacks, candy, slushies, and more. All at Jiffy Market. Everything you need in one place. Across from the post office in downtown Jersey Shore. Stop and shop. Jiffy Market in Delhi.
WQBR, The Bear, Cutting Edge Country.
It's a great day to be a Bulldog. I'm here with head coach Tom Gravish, week 8. Good to see you, Coach.
Good to see you.
Last week, off to a little slow start with Shamokin. Both teams had Act 80 days, but I really thought the Dogs woke up, and when they did, it was lights out.
Yeah, for sure. We had a little slow start, but I think you got to give Shamokin some of that credit. They did have some players, and they made some plays that normally we make those plays, and they made a couple tackles in the backfield and, changed some run angles on us. They did a good job too, but yeah, it's, we had a couple false starts in that second period, a couple holds that took away a couple big runs, but we're preparing, to play our best game of the football season to this point, week 8. We work real hard on our blocking, hands inside, work real hard on maintaining our stance and having a great fire-out start on cadence, and we've been working really hard on trying to draw our own offensive line offside. So we expect that we're going to play very well this week.
Well, it's been an absolutely great year. We talked last week, and we mentioned it on the air several times about ways to keep it light and bond with the team and create that unity, which really extends that tradition never graduates culture. How was the trip to Maryland?
It was fantastic. It couldn't have been better. We've had a great trip wherever we went over the past 10 or 11 years, but I think this one was the best. The players just were extra special, and we've had extra special players on other trips. They were here on time. They loaded buses up. They unloaded buses. No garbage on floors. Just a lot of positive team togetherness time, and great tailgate, great weather. Saw a great football game. The Terps almost won it. We had great seats, by the way.
Wow.
And so we were first row, second row, third row, and got to go down on the game field in the pregame to watch warm-ups. So they had a great experience, and the guys all said they had fun, and usually that trip gives us a shot of energy for the remainder of the year.
We talked this year about the 3 H's, number one, being humble, being healthy, but also being hungry. How are you in those 3 phases as you talk about your young men on this squad?
Yeah, I think our health is about as good as it's been all year, maybe better. We had some key members that maybe guys didn't really know about that were a little bit sore, not majorly injured by any stretch, but maybe had a bruise or contusion or something to that, on an arm or a thigh. So we're closer to being 100% healthy, and our seniors are leading with great leadership out there, and we're looking forward to a great football contest against a good Montoursville team, well coached, a lot of tradition, but we had a great week of practice, and we're looking forward to perform great here on Friday.
I've always said Montoursville seems to play their best game of the year against the Bulldogs. It's been somewhat of a rivalry. I know Loyal Sock and them battle for the bridge every year, but boy, you've had some barn burners the past handful of years. I think it started with the pick 6 in overtime and kind of rewriting that rule, but even to go overtime in recent years, this week Montoursville's up. What do you tell the kids? What are some of the things that you just continue to read, recite, and review with them to prepare for a team like Montoursville?
We just focus on the basics, you know what I mean? But it's true. We did remind them of this rivalry. We have been fortunate in the last 4 times we played them. We won 3. And, Coach Smith, even a few years before that, on our coaching staff, he scored a touchdown. We talked about that game, how, Bulldogs are never out of any kind of contest. We snap the ball with 2 seconds. There's no time left on the clock. Quarterback's rolling around. He fires deep to Brody Smith. Brody catches it to 10, shakes a couple guys, scores as there's no time on there. We really wanted to go for 2 in that game, but with the excitement, our PAT team ran on the field, and we didn't want to get a penalty. We thought that we could finish it right then and there. But I think next play, first play of overtime, Brody intercepted, went about 100 yards, and that was the game. But we talk a lot about our history and our tradition, and we look forward to the challenge. We understand it will be a challenge because they got a great tradition, they got great coaches, and they'll bring a big crowd and a band and all that. And that's football Friday night in Jersey Shore, PA against Montoursville. It doesn't get any better than that.
Well, and just to let you know, last week we had someone fill in for Doug named Nick Severini from Jersey, a West Virginia grad.
Okay.
And great broadcaster, great to work with him. But he said, it's great to do games. He said this is the first Jersey Shore game, so outside eyes came in, and he said it was a fantastic night. And not just from the winning and the history, but the fan base and the support.
Right.
So
you can see it when you walk up to the stadium, for early out warm-ups. There's a big line down Thompson Street here, waiting for their tickets, or even if they have tickets, there's a line waiting to get in till they open the gate. So, last game we had so many of our youth football program here. We had about 135 football players, maybe 45 cheerleaders. It was just a great night for the Jersey Shore School District with all the youth that attended the game.
Well, here's wishing you nothing but the best this week from Doug Byerly and myself and the Bear Country Sports Network. Have a great week here, Week 8 tonight against Montoursville.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
When it matters, companies need more than just a delivery service. Cintas delivers full service and the reliability that comes with having a dedicated Cintas service rep who understands your business, which means they deliver confidence and peace of mind too. For uniforms, cleaning essentials, mats, first aid and safety supplies, and fire protection services, discover the personal attention you get with Cintas.
Oh, I'm ready!
Visit Cintas.com and get ready for the workday.
Let me ask you a question. What do you see when you look at your car? Do you just see taillights? Or your dog's tail wagging when you first brought him home? Do you see 4 tires or 2 tired kids in the back seat after their first day of school? Other insurance companies just see a car, but a State Farm agent sees what your car really means to you. So why not give it the protection it deserves?
Jim Ely State Farm Insurance, 105 Thomas Street, Jersey Shore, 570-398 2828.
You probably already know that with every Woodlands Bank personal checking and savings account, we provide online and mobile banking. However, did you also know we offer cutting-edge technology, just like the big banks, for free? Tools such as mobile check deposit, Apple and Samsung Pay, and access to Zelle, a fast, safe, and easy way to send and receive money with family and friends in the moment. To learn more about the cool and convenient technology we offer, or to open your personal account online today, visit woodlandsbank.com. Mobile network carrier fees might apply. Zelle is available to United States bank account holders only. Terms and conditions apply. Woodlands Bank, member FDIC.
Our name defines what we do. Realty Lease Properties in Lock Haven. Residential, commercial, students, we can find a place for you in Lock Haven Williams Borders State College. Find out all about us online at realtyleaseproperties.com. Everything from available space to forms you need to apply. You can even pay your rent online. Call Dana or Selena using our new phone number, 570-748-7032. Realty Lease Properties, East Main Street, downtown Lock Haven. Open weekdays 9 till 4. Start leasing today.
Today on Hey Culligan, soft water, cleaner environment. What do you say, Greg?
Hey Culligan, are you saying if I have a Culligan high-efficiency water softener, I'm also helping the environment?
It sounds like you're saying it, Greg, and yes you are, because with the Culligan high-efficiency water softener, you'll use less detergent, soap, and harsh chemicals, and that's good for the planet.
Now you're saying it.
You bet I am, Greg. Soft water and a cleaner environment is already on the way. Let us help you out with a free in-home water test from a local Culligan water expert at Culligan.com.
Everything costs more, and lots of us are worried about how much we'll spend this coming winter to heat our homes. Make sure to call Hollick's Coal & Oil in Jersey Shore, 570-398-1190, providing stove, nut, pea, buckwheat, and rice coal, heating oil, outside mix kerosene, and off-road diesel. A fixture in the Jersey Shore community for the last 72 years. Hollick's Coal & Oil, ready to keep you warm this winter. 570-398-1190, online at hollickscoalonoil.com.
It's Bear Country 99.9 FM.
We are back. Nate Carpenter, Doug Byerly. What a privilege to call these games here at Jersey Shore for this culture that Tom Gravish has really been a huge part of establishing. With the Bulldogs really just rolling, Doug, coming into Week 8. District 4 a little banged up this year, but the Dogs, the 3 H's that we heard in the interview, humble, healthy, and hungry. And they come out each week with their lunch pail. They don't take things for granted, and they've been relentless. And we just only can hope that that emotional side of these young athletes continues to be a big part of the post part of this season, but leading into the second part of the season. So.
Oh, no question. And the defense has led the way. We talked about the 20 tackles for loss, and one of the key guys all season long, and the player to watch via Doc Massey in the Sun Gazette, Luke Springman, outstanding two-way starting senior lineman, one of 18 seniors, as you mentioned. He compliments Zach Rooney and Dirk Stetson general inside. He's called the Admiral, is Luke Springman. Had 3 tackles for loss last week in addition to a sack among those 20 tackles for loss. If the defense continues to do that, even though Montoursville has some nice components, we mentioned Conklin. Matt Conklin has been outstanding. He averages more than 100 yards per game, topping 90 yards in 5 straight contests. But if Montoursville is not able to do that consistently and get up on the scoreboard and put Jersey Shore in an uncomfortable position, the Bulldogs, if they continue to do what they're doing, will have a chance to go to 8-0 tonight.
You know, we talk about the tradition and the history here between these two programs. Back in the late 80s and 90s, it was called the Fez Bowl, and you battled for the Grand Poobah hat, so to speak, between Jersey Shore and Montoursville. Now the bigger rivalry is typically for the bridge between Loyalsock and Montoursville. But listen, Montoursville usually schemes very well. They're going to put their athletes in the right position. The biggest question mark that they have is, even when they put them in the right position, are they going to be able to make the play? And that's something that most teams Jersey Shore has played this year have struggled to do. Too many weapons.
Well, and it's because of the pressure that you talked about that Coach Alex Jackson and the defensive unit puts on opposing things. You can have the best laid plans, you know, Mike Tyson said, until somebody pops you in the mouth, and then all of a sudden those plans go awry. And Jersey Shore's been able to do that to every team they play. Great game last year, if you remember. It's kind of the signature game. Talking with your dad in pregame about this. That was probably the game that Jersey Shore came back and won 27-20 in overtime, had an 85-yard drive with about a minute and something to go to tie the game, and then won it in overtime, and Brady Jordan got an interception in the end zone to seal that game. That probably propelled Jersey Shore onto the season that they had last year. So it is a great rivalry. Two teams that, you know, only about 10, 15 miles apart. They know each other well. And Montoursville comes in thinking, hey, we still have a shot at the AAA playoffs. We're going to play well tonight and give Jersey Shore their first loss. We'll see here in just a little bit.
We will. We'll see in a bit. The teams are coming out. They're going to loosen up here. We're going to pause for commercial. You're listening to Jersey Shore High School football on the Bear Country Sports Network.
When it matters, companies need more than just a delivery service. Cintas delivers full service and the reliability that comes with having a dedicated Cintas service rep who understands your business, which means they deliver confidence and peace of mind too. For uniforms, cleaning essentials, mats, first aid and safety supplies, and fire protection services, discover the personal attention you get with Cintas.
Oh, I'm ready.
Visit Cintas.com and get ready for the workday.
Let me ask you a question. What do you see when you look at your car? Do you just see taillights? Or your dog's tail wagging when you first brought him home? Do you see 4 tires? Or 2 tired kids in the back seat after their first day of school? Other insurance companies just see a car, but a State Farm agent sees what your car really means to you. So why not give it the protection it deserves?
Jim Ely, State Farm Insurance, 105 Thomas Street, Jersey Shore, 570-398-2828.
You probably already know that with every Woodlands Bank personal checking and savings account, we provide online and mobile banking. However, did you also know we offer cutting-edge technology, just like the big banks, for free? Tools such as mobile check deposit, Apple and Samsung Pay, and access to Zelle, a fast, safe, and easy way to send and receive money with family and friends in the moment. To learn more about the cool and convenient technology we offer, or to open your personal account online today, visit woodlandsbank.com. Mobile network carrier fees might apply. Zelle is available to United States Bank account holders only. Terms and conditions apply. Woodlands Bank, member FDIC.
Our name defines what we do. Realty Lease Properties in Lock Haven. Residential, commercial, student. We can find a place for you in Lock Haven Williams Porter State College. Find out all about us online at realtyleaseproperties.com. Everything from available space to forms you need to apply. You can even pay your rent online. Call Dana or Selena using our new phone number, 570-748-7032. Realty Lease Properties, East Main Street, downtown Lock Haven. Open weekdays 9 till 4. Start leasing today.
Today on Hey Culligan, soft water, cleaner environment. What do you say, Greg?
Hey, Culligan, are you saying if I have a Culligan high-efficiency water softener, I'm also helping the environment?
It sounds like you're saying it, Greg, and yes, you are, because with the Culligan high-efficiency water softener, you'll use less detergent, soap, and harsh chemicals, and that's good for the planet.
Now you're saying it.
You bet I am, Greg. Soft water and a cleaner environment is already on the way. Let us help you out with a free in-home water test from a local Culligan water expert at Culligan.com.
Everything costs more, and lots of us are worried about how much we'll spend this coming winter to heat our homes. Make sure to call Hollick's Coal and Oil in Jersey Shore, 570-398-1190, providing stove, nut, pea, buckwheat, and rice coal, heating oil, outside mix kerosene, and off-road diesel. A fixture in the Jersey Shore community for the last 72 years. Hollick's Coal and Oil, ready to keep you warm this winter. 570-398-1190, online at hollickscoalandoil.com.
It's Bear Country 99.9 FM.
We are back. Nate Carpenter, Doug Byerly here again. Senior night, week 8. The Dogs have come out. They're hungry tonight. Montoursville also on the sidelines here in the white, blue, and the Jersey Shore in the orange. So, Doug, let's talk a little bit more about the consistency over the last 7 weeks of the Bulldogs and what you maybe would like to see tonight. Not that they have to change anything. We talk about vanilla. If you can run the ball and you can do well, that's great. But what would you like to see maybe Jersey Shore attempt to do tonight to prepare them for the next man up?
Before we do that, we'll give a shout-out again to our pregame sponsor, Kickoff Rural Services. Give Jeff a call to get all of those outdoor projects completed before this winter, 570-360-7750. Again, that's Kickoff Rural Services. And a shout-out to the former high school principal here, Reed Mellinger. Saw Reed yesterday coming to the games, just loves following the Bulldogs. So shout out to Reed. Really appreciate anybody who comes to the games. Obviously, great crowd here tonight on both sides, but anybody who tunes in and listens to us on the Bear Country Sports Network. And Nate, you're right. Jersey Shore comes in 61 points per game. They only give up 8.6 points per game, averaging 443.9 yards per game, only giving up 125.7 yards per game. So the offense has been good. The defense has been even better. Hayden Packer leads the area in rushing with 17 touchdowns. Cooper Peacock and Connor Griffin give him a nice option through the air as well. Brady Jordan, Elijah Jordan, Tate Sechrist, all very effective running the football. What you'll want to see, and coaches put that in, sprinkle in those 1 or 2 new plays. Throw the ball to Jaron Loomis like they did a couple weeks ago from the tight end position. Those are the kind of things you have to add as the end of the season comes up, and a tough road game next week against Canton. Hopefully Jersey Shore will go into that undefeated. Canton certainly will be undefeated. They'll, I'm sure, win very easily tonight. They've dominated everybody. So, again, a late season game with 2 undefeated teams, hopefully next week, would be a real test for the Bulldogs. And that's what you want to see. What can you add every week to make your team even better and better, even though it's gone just about as well, knock on wood, as it could thus far this season?
Yeah, and not to look past Montoursville. Tom is focused solely on this week. They're 0-0 coming in tonight. As the captains take the field, number 60, Mason Duncan, number 88, Anthony Tagliaferri, and number 32, Tristan Stalline for Montoursville. And for Jersey Shore, number 2, Cooper Peacock, number 44, Hayden Packer, number 68, that's Rooney, Zach Rooney, and number 11, Brady Jordan. And we just heard from the public address, the Bulldogs will receive tonight.
Always a question, and the referees tonight, again, we've parted down a little bit. We only give the name of the referee because he leads the way. That's Ed Reeser. Seen him before, although it's been a couple years. And this crew is out of the Sun chapter, Sunbury Union, Northumberland County, Snyder Union and Northumberland County chapter. So they are used to seeing all of these teams here in the Central PA region. Hopefully it'll be a good, clean game tonight for both sides. Really excited to see what the Bulldogs do against a good rivalry game here, the Montoursville Warriors.
And the one thing Montoursville does usually have is excellent special teams. Over the years, great kicking game. And they've had speedy return men. So tonight, 38 gets the duties for Montoursville. The junior, Wyatt Fry, will be kicking off. And back to receive, the 2 people that we see most in the return game for Jersey Shore all season. Number 1, Elijah Jordan, and number 2, Cooper Peacock. So we're about underway here, Doug.
Pretty exciting. The offense will take the field. The guys up front will be Springman, Rooney, Vandruff, Delaney, and Jared Palski. The tight ends will be Loomis and Max Engel. Then in the backfield, Jordan, Packer, and Elijah Jordan. Wide receivers, Connor Griffin, Cooper Peacock, Dathan Tyson, and Peyton Samar coming up here on the offensive side for the Bulldogs after what we hope will be a good kickoff return.
The Bulldogs like to get in the up-tempo. Last week, a lot of false starts, a lot of disruption to the early offensive game in the scheme for the Dogs. Tom Gravish said they worked on some things this week. A lot of the linemen were running extra laps on Wednesday night as a result. So expect them to clean that up a little bit and not have the same week this week. So 12 minutes in the first quarter on the clock. It's 0-0 here at Thompson Street, home of the Bulldogs. The kick is off the foot. Number 38, Wyatt Fry. A squib. Fielded by 31, Tate Sechrist, and he gets off and running. Gets a block. Tackled high around the head. No flags.
Good return. That's what you want to see your guys do. Scoop it. Sometimes those bouncing footballs are tough, but good, clean reception there by Tate Sechrist. You get the ball outside the 30, you'll take that every time.
And this is what we talked about. This is the Quadzilla package where they bring 4 receivers out into the flats. Hayden Packard is the back man in the quad package. They call this turbo. Brady Jordan in the shotgun. Palski at center. They're going to motion. It's a new look. They're going to go trips left. Hayden Packard single back. Immediate handoff. No, he fakes it. Jordan keeps it down the left side. He's gone off to the races. 1 man to beat. Tackled out of bounds. Just shy of the 30-yard line, although there's laundry on the field.
Tackle at the end of that play by Crawford. You're going to have the official just gave the signature signal there. I didn't really understand what that was. He put 2 fists together, but a great run by the Bulldog offense to start the ball game.
And they're going to march this one back. And as we talked about, cleaning things up, it just seems to be so much, on the outside edge early on in ball games for Jersey Shore, especially here at home the last 4 weeks. Looks like a hold, Doug.
It's been probably the biggest penalty against the Bulldogs all season long. And, Nate, you called it when you get the guys outside a little bit, and he didn't run around the end there, took it up the middle and then broke it outside. anytime you get your hands on people, it is so difficult sometimes to leave go. Sometimes you don't even intend to hold, but you get your hands up there and the official thinks you have a hold a little bit too much, so that'll bring back a great opening play for the Bulldogs.
So that's 1st and 15. Brady Jordan in the shotgun. Hayden Packer to his right. They're going to do the option. He keeps it up the middle. Nobody's there. Brady Jordan off to the races. Tackled about midfield, just shy of midfield by number 46, Matthew Conklin.
So even after the penalty, doesn't slow him up in the pace or in their efficiency there. Pick up a first down on that run, Brady Jordan.
1st and 10. Great blocking up front by that inner 5. Brady Jordan in the gun, trips left, single right, hands off immediate on the counter tray to Packer. There's nobody outside. He stiff arms a man, lowers the boom to the outside, down just shy of the 40. Nope, they're going to call him out at the 40-43.
Again, the guys up front, Springman, Rooney, Vandruff, Delaney, and Palski doing a great job here early in this ball game, giving those running lanes.
Brady Jordan in the gun in the fast car, 2nd and 1. He just keeps it around the outside, blocking on the edge. He gets to the outside, down the sideline to the 30, to the 25, lowers the shoulder, inside, down close to the 20.
Nice job on that run by Zach Rooney to not get a hold. Very easily could have had a hold there in the end. Gave the guy a shove and then let go, and that's what you want. Just give a little bit of a lane for your elusive backs. Brady Jordan on that run.
Another 2nd and short, 2nd and 1. Jordan hands off immediately to Hayden Packer. Packer gets to the edge. They're going to call another hold. Packer to the outside, jumps a man, hurdles a man, down inside the 5.
Yep, so that one's going to come back. The official saw that one early, interior of the line that springs Hayden Packer. So the second holding penalty on that drive. It's interesting, Nate. We're not criticizing the officials, but it's always interesting to see how the officiating crew is, one, going to call the game and what particular areas they're going to focus on. You and Nick talked about it last week. It was Palski moving the football to get a procedure penalty, and you hardly ever see that.
One of the biggest things that you'll notice, it's like the Williamsport historical basketball days under Pete White years ago. They played smothering, suffocating defense. The Dogs are a physical team. When we saw the officiating crew come in from the Altoona, Hollidaysburg area a couple weeks back, we noticed it kind of let the kids play. Tonight, they're penalty happy. In the gun, Brady Jordan's 1st and 20. He's going to keep it down around the outside. He gets to the edge. 30, down inside close to the 25. Again, Rooney close to a hold on that play.
Lost his footing on that play, was going to plant his foot, maybe had an opportunity to pick up another 5-6+ yards, but went down on the turf.
Brady Jordan in the shotgun, Packer to his right, trips right, single left. Here comes the option, but he's just going to keep it. Jordan tries to get a couple, nice pickup. Going to bring up now, I don't believe it's, going to bring up 3rd and long.
And you're out of position, probably 4-down territory. If you get some more yards where you're still 4th and long, you might bring in Breck Miller to have that field goal attempt just to get points on that first drive.
So it looks like 3rd and 8. Jordan in the gun, Packer to his right. He rolls right, sees a man wide open. That's Cooper Peacock in the flats. Just passed. Good route by Peacock to sit down just beyond the chains.
Really good route and shielded that defender. That was Truman trying to get around him, but Cooper Peacock used his size to make that reception.
Brady Jordan the shotgun, Packer to his right. Dual twins, flip to the flats. Good blocking on the outside. Elijah Jordan down inside the 5. Good block by Connor Griffin on the outside.
And we've talked about it all season long. The receivers, all of the players for the Bulldogs, they're not afraid. If they're not getting the football, they're going to be physical in the blocking game.
2nd and goal from the 2. Hands off to Hayden Packer. Packer gets north and south, vertical. He's drugged down. He's in the end zone. They signal. The officials' hands go vertical. They spun him around, but the ball broke the plane. Touchdown, Bulldogs.
Wasn't sure about that myself, Nate. I thought maybe they turned him around enough and would stop him right inside the 1, but a good final push there for Hayden Packer and a good drive, even with the penalties, Nate. Team didn't let it phase him. Line up again. Positive yardage on almost every play.
Palski, the long snapper. Peacock, the holder. Palski to Peacock. Good snap. Down. Good hold by Peacock to ensure the PAT is good. 7-0, 9:40 to go in the first quarter. Bulldogs are up.
So if you talk to Coach Gravish and the coaching staff, they're going to be very happy with the touchdown and PAT. Good result, but be a little unhappy with a couple holding penalties. But again, Nate, anytime you have a drive where every play that you run, even the penalty plays, are positive yardage, you're not going to complain about that too long. But again, you do want to clean it up. Here's the thing for Montoursville. It's a good game team, but you can see they're a lot smaller than they've been. And again, Shore doesn't outsize anybody by a lot. But Montoursville right now is having a problem with the speed of Jersey Shore and the physicality of the Bulldogs. They're not matching that. They're going to have to do it on their offensive set.
What I liked about that first series for the Dogs, too, we talked about some wrinkles, mixing it. They come out with a quad package, and they motion into trips left, which is going to be tough for defenses. They haven't seen that so much, so it makes your scheme a little more challenging. The Bulldogs also throwing a couple little pitch and catches, some nice pass routes, diversifying what we've seen predominantly as a running attack, going to the air a little bit tonight.
And you don't do a whole lot of different plays, but you do those plays from different formations and different looks. That makes it tough.
Breck Miller kicking off. The ball is kicked high. The ball is kicked deep. Two people fighting for it at the 10-yard line. The return is out. Good run. And that's 46, and he's a tough kid. Great athlete. That's Matthew Conklin on the return.
Oh, he's going to be their key guy running the football, and he's a senior, 5'11", about 195, so certainly has the physical tools to be an effective running back, and he has been effective. Averages 100-plus yards a game, 5 games in a row of 90-plus yards. We talked about that in the pregame, so he's the guy that the Bulldog defense will have to stop early.
Yeah, and he's a solid kid at 5'11", 195. Under center goes Bryce Eberhardt, singles right and left. 2 backs behind him. Immediately hand off to Conklin, and it's crunch time in the backfield.
Well, it's something that this defense really takes pride in. All season long, they have not allowed teams to run the football effectively. You might break a run or two and get some yardage, but play in, play out. They are really a very fast defense, go to the football and tackle very well.
It'll be interesting tonight is Montoursville, with the play clock, see what they'll do with the play clock, if they'll be in a hurry, if they'll chew that up as much as they can. It's going to bring up 2nd and 12. Eberhardt under center, 2 backs behind him, singles right and left, motions right to left. The pitch to 46, Conklin tries to get back up north and south, knew he wasn't going to have the edge. Good pursuit by the front 5, and that stingy 5-2.
Good pressure in the backfield there. The general Dirk Steps, and then Zach Rooney able to clean that up on a sole tackle there from that defensive tackle position. I'd say the 5 guys up front, Nate, just really play well as a unit. And then those linebackers, Hayden Packer and Peyton Samar, and then Stone Sechrist as well. Very, very effective against the running game.
The ball currently on the 26. Montoursville looking to get something going here. Third and long. It's 3rd and 13. Into the gun goes Eberhardt, single to his right, single left, twins right. He's going to look to pass immediately. Pressure, throws the ball, just gets rid of it. So just gets rid of it. Smart play by Eberhardt, not taking the big sack or the big loss, and hey, well, they're happy punting it.
Eberhardt, you can tell he's a good athlete, nice size and the height, probably about 6 foot, and he certainly has the ability to throw the football. Trying to get it to Conklin there in a little back pattern of the back out of the backfield. But, again, that pressure from the Bulldog defense forces the errant throw.
So back to kick. Bryce Eberhardt does the quarterback and the punting duties. Snap is back. Good snap. The kick is away. The kick is short and low. Get out the way. And we see Peacock going over there. He stalks that ball. How many grounders has he picked up this year?
Oh, he's done that a lot. And he actually ended up, Montoursville did getting a pretty nice roll on that. Thought it went down to about the 45, but the official marks that out at the Jersey Shore 48. So while you're not on your opponent's side, you're right there at midfield. Very good field position, again, for this Bulldog offense. And if you're Montoursville, Nate, you need to stop here. You get
you
2-3 scores in a row, it's a problem.
Exactly. You talk about the penalties, and you really don't complain when you're moving the ball so effortlessly. The big thing is just how good are they when they're so penalized and still dominant. And here's a penalty. Not so sure what this is all about, Doug.
No.
They're marching it off. That's big.
That's a 15-yarder, so that was a personal foul at some point in that exchange. And again, the kickoffs brought to you all season long by Joe's Equipment, offering sales, service, and parts. Cement Drive, Jersey Shore.
Bulldogs second possession tonight. Sidecar to the right. Motions left to right. Twins. Handoff on the jet sweep. Stays at home. Number 5 did a really nice job. That's Dylan Kite that stayed at home in a great play.
Those jet sweeps only work if somebody gets out of position on the defense. They did not there.
Trips left, single right. Jordan fumbles the snap, picks it up. He's going to go deep anyway. Man wide open. Wide open. Connor Griffin, blown coverage. How many times do you see that? Touchdown, Bulldogs. Brady Jordan, how athletic a decision that was. Picked it up and just saw downfield, and he saw a man wide open.
Well, it's interesting. You never know what the defense is looking at. And there Brady Jordan dropped the football, and it rolled back between his legs. You have to think, Nate, that maybe that defensive back saw that confusion and stopped for a second or two. Connor Griffin did not. Wide open, easy throw and catch there for Brady Jordan.
Palski to Peacock. The hold is down. Breck Miller's kick is no good, and he shanked that left.
Doesn't do it often, Nate. Makes an awful lot of them. I think he tallied in some stats 58 PATs, and he's probably only missed 2 or 3 all season long. But when he misses, he does miss left. That's the way his kicking goes. So Montoursville, worst case scenario, Nate. You give up a drive where you get some penalties and Jersey Shore still runs it down your throat for the touchdown. Then you kind of have them stop, make a nice play on the jet sweep. You get a ball on the ground, and then you leave somebody wide open for an easy pitch and catch to Connor Griffin, and all of a sudden you're down 2 scores. That's a problem early in the ball game for the Warriors.
And I just thought there might be a week on the schedule coming up where Coach Gravish would choose to maybe try a little more aerial attack early to get those reps, because they're going to face teams, that are going to stop the run in some cases, and you're going to have to be able to throw the ball and convert some big downs. And tonight that was excellent. Brady Jordan able to get that fumbled snap. Looked up. We don't know whether it was a primary receiver or a secondary receiver, but Connor Griffin wide open. So 13-0, 7:34 to go. Breck Miller kicking off again here for the Bulldogs. Kick is high and deep. 46. Conklin on the carry. Conklin gets out, but he hits the wedge and a whole host of Bulldog tacklers.
You can tell how important Conklin is to the Montoursville offense and special teams. He could have easily let the back man get that, but he goes back, drifts back, and takes both of those. Pretty decent return there, outside the 20 to the 26 almost. Yep, right outside the 25-yard line for the Warriors. Now they need to get something going on the offensive side to get this Bulldog defense, have them stay on the field for a while.
The Dogs are on defense again here, 7:27 again here, 13-0. Bryce Eberhardt in the shotgun. Twins left, single to the right. Single back to his right is Conklin. Snap is back. Looks immediately to the flats. Quick pass. And just stuck. Legal hit. Incomplete. And I got to be honest with you. He did not lead with the helmet. Led with the shoulder. And that was a great hit Connor Griffin had on the receiver. Hopefully he's okay. Number 5, Dylan Kite.
Perfect timing, Nate. I mean, that's what you want your defender to do. It's a nice quick throw by Eberhardt. Receivers at the right spot to make the reception, but Connor Griffin, he couldn't get there early enough to disrupt the pass, but he got there in a big way. So easy to forget how good, and we've talked about it, Nate, how good Connor Griffin and this defensive backfield is for the Bulldogs. They are very good, and they're not afraid to support in a run game. Kite coming off here, boy, he got that in the rib area, but I'm sure he'll be back in the ball game.
For sure, most likely just the air, and it's just a perfectly timed. We see so much targeting today. We see so much, tackling on a defenseless receiver, and that wasn't the case there at all. Very clean, just bang bang. And again, we talk about the sneaky athleticism of Connor Griffin, and we don't even talk about this. We talk about the front 5 so much in the linebacking core here at Jersey Shore, but the secondary really experienced.
Very, very good. They know what they're doing. They might give up some plays. A big hit there.
Bryce Eberhardt under center, hands off. It's a quick pitch to the right to Conklin. Conklin does get the edge. Nice run by Conklin. Lowers the boom. Picks up what looks like a big 8 or 9.
Oh, yeah. Best run of the ball game thus far. Got that corner, boy. You don't see that too often. Tate Sechrist on that side got turned in a little bit, so good blocking up front there by the Warrior offensive line.
Well, I thought it was longer. The official here came down the sideline, but he stopped, so it's about third and a long 3 or 4. Montoursville really needs to convert here on third down. The ball on their 33, down 13-0. Single to the left. Under center is Eberhardt. Slot left, hands off immediately, and that's just smelled out by the general, number 75, Dirk Stetz. He touched it, and he got touched.
Talked about the tackles for loss in last week's ball game, 20 tackles for loss. I mean, that's really an unheard of number, but they are so well prepared. Dirk Stetz just split the offensive line there, and he's waiting for Conklin as he gets the football for another tackle for a loss. Even Montoursville, you just have to punt this one away.
In Montoursville, having the luxury of their quarterback punting, so that could come in handy in the not-too-distant future with fakes. 4th and 7. The punt is away. A good punt the first time. That ball is going to be caught. Elijah Jordan picks it up, makes a man miss. Good block by Packard, but Montoursville gets down there on the coverage game. So good punt, good coverage by Montoursville.
Very good coverage. We so often see that from the Jersey Shore Bulldogs with great coverage there. Got to point that out for the opposing team when they do it well. Man down here for Montoursville at the bottom of that pile. Hopefully he'll be okay as well. And as we have a timeout, our timeouts all season long, a service of Three Brothers Moving. We treat you like a part of the family. If you, a friend, or a family member is moving, give Three Brothers Moving a call at 215-220-1551.
Montoursville, that's number 32, getting up under his own strength. Tristan Stalline, one of their captains that was at midfield to start the game. You know, Montoursville has been banged up this year, really can ill afford, you know, more injuries. And, you know, we've seen a plethora of that this year. Just with any opponents with Jersey Shore, there's a level of physicality to the game, and it's clean, it's not dirty, it's just physical.
And that's what's made them such a really efficient team on both sides of the football and special teams as well.
Excellent field position for Brady Jordan in this offense. In the shotgun, quadzilla to the right, the turbo package, single left. Snap is back, immediately passed. That's Elijah Jordan. Gets a block out here from Peacock. Cuts back off the block. He's still running. Past the first down.
A little bit of a flanker screen, so to speak, behind those three blockers in front. Again, quick delivery, on target. Get those guys out in front, pick up a first down. Great play to start the drive.
Great play. Good heads-up running by Elijah Jordan to cut off the block there. Trips left. Single to the right. And when did we see Tate Sechrist spread out? Hayden Packard, single back. Jordan hands off on the counter tray, immediately up the field. He just mows a man over. Good wrap-up, though, by 54, Ethan Warner.
And also, not only Tate Sechrist spread out on this side, you had Peyton Samar on that side. That may be the first time we've seen Peyton Samar on the offensive side. Good athlete again. Again, Nate, coaching staff sprinkling some different looks in here in the offense.
Absolutely. So in the gun again is Brady Jordan, 2nd and 3. Ball on the 36. Right to left goes Dathan Tyson. Fakes the jet sweep and the counter goes up the middle, but great tackle again. Excellent tackle on that play.
I think that was 81, Evan Bloom, and he was a guy pointed out by Chris Massey in the Sun Gazette articles, their leading tackler.
3rd and 3. In the gun is Jordan. Fakes the handoff, keeps it. Good blocking on the perimeter. Out the sideline, cuts back, gets outside, stumbles, makes another man miss. He doesn't like to go out of bounds, Doug. Down inside the 15.
Dathan Tyson out in front, and Brady Jordan was kind of trying to read where that block was going to go and couldn't get Dathan Tyson out of the way. Dathan Tyson doing his job there, but Brady Jordan was trying to cut back, couldn't do it. Still a great game.
Well, Montoursville sold out inside the tackles and gave up the big outside edge. Dathan Tyson goes right to left. It's the jet sweep. Dathan Tyson tries to get to the edge, makes a man miss. Good cut. Gets outside, stiff arms a man down the sideline. Pushed out of bounds, but nice footwork by Tyson on that to spring himself.
And we've seen Dathan Tyson really be effective in that jet sweep. Doesn't get many touches in the ball game, but usually when he does, turns him into a nice run. Really nice run there.
2nd and 4. They're in the hurry up. Shotgun to the right, rolls right, throws to the flats, and that's Cooper Peacock, and that's a rare in and out of the hands.
Pretty good coverage there by Kite back in the ball game. Right there on Cooper Peacock. Again, you're right in the front corner of the end zone, but he got his hands on it. Usually he'll come up with that. You know, he's probably a little frustrated on that play.
3rd and 4. Trips right, single left. Brady Jordan in the gun. He's just going to keep it up the middle. And we talk about the explosiveness. Gets over the plane. When he made a decision, he read the defensive end, said, I'm not messing around with outside edge handoff, and he just took it north and south.
And, you know, had the option there to pitch that to Hayden Packard, but made the correct read. Defensive guy stayed there, took it straight up the middle for another touchdown. Again, this Bulldog offense really efficient, clicking on all cylinders tonight.
Breck Miller looking to make up for the last miss. Palski to Peacock. The hold is down. The kick is up. The kick is good. Still dangerously left, but inside the upright.
Still has great leg, I tell you, does Breck Miller. You know, and you know he's a little frustrated with himself, and you know that. And it's something you can't work on, obviously, during the game, but sometimes, boy, just whatever he's doing is leaning it to the left a little bit. Wouldn't be surprised if the coaching staff, if a drive does stall, where you give him a chance to line up for a field goal. It's just trying to connect that, because that's going to be a real key thing as this season progresses, for the ability to kick a field goal if you need to.
And you know, Miller is just such an athlete. You know, they weren't preserving his leg and trying to avoid the potential risk of injury. He's a potential receiver, corner. I mean, he's very, very athletic, and so he's had a heck of a career, that's for sure.
A couple scores here in our scoreboard, always brought to you by Irv's Meat Market, the meeting place with quality specialty meats and cheeses, 229 South Main Street, Jersey Shore. First quarter, Selinsgrove on the road at Hollidaysburg, tied at 7. No score in the Mount Carmel Southern Columbia game. Berwick trails Danville 7-0 in the first quarter as well. And Muncie 26-0 over Count Esky Valley.
Breck Miller kicking off, Dogs up 20-0. That ball is juiced this time down towards the goal line, and that's going to be a touchback. And that's what he got some leg into that one, Doug.
Took out the frustration with the missed PAT and the other one to the left on the kickoff. He certainly has the ability to kick it very close or into the end zone on a pretty regular basis. That's what you want. No return. Set up your opponent at their own 20-yard line.
The Dogs here on defense again, and that stingy 5'2", Alex Jackson, defensive coordinator, led defense here. Griffin Peacock, Elijah Jordan, that's Brady Jordan actually, and Dathan Tyson in the secondary. In the gun goes Eberhardt. To his left is Conklin. Hands off to Conklin, inside tackle. Ooh, nearly bust through that. I'm sorry, that's 44. That's a new face and a new name, Christian Banks.
Jersey Shore brought almost everybody up in the box there, challenging Montoursville in the run game to try and break one through for a big gain or forcing them to try and throw the football.
And Banks, a freshman, getting an opportunity there and really had a nice little burst. Eberhardt looking to get something started here offensively. You know, he's shown the ability to throw the football, getting rid of it quickly. 2nd and 8 in the gun, Eberhardt. Twins right. Looks to roll right, trying to buy some time, steps up in the pocket, throws one to the flats. Beautifully thrown, well executed, sitting down in the zone. I believe that's number 17, Todd Crawford.
And it looked like a little confusion there by the Bulldogs in the defensive secondary, because Connor Griffin and Dathan Tyson were side by side. So somebody got lost there, and that receiver able to break open, and a good throw there by Eberhardt.
You talk about Eberhardt said, you know what, I'm not going east and west. I'll step up in the pocket. I'll get myself a little more time, and that was just enough. Nice pitch and catch to Crawford. In the gun, Eberhardt again, single left, single right, single back to his right. Hands off immediately up the middle. Good push by the front five of the Bulldogs, limiting the carry.
Zach Rooney at the bottom of that pile. You know, so easy to forget, Nate. It's week number 8, and this starting defense has not given up a score all season long. Teams have scored against Jersey Shore, but it's always been against the second or third team, usually in the second half. This starting unit certainly has a lot of pride about what they've been able to do thus far in the season.
Yeah, that's a crazy stat when you think about no touchdowns against the first team D. Full house backfield here, 2 backs behind Eberhardt, going under center. Single to the left is Crawford. Quick pitch to the left. Tries to get back inside. A good push, good speed. Picking up a couple, but it's going to bring up a 3rd and long.
Yeah, good drive there to the left side of the Montoursville line. Makes it a little bit more manageable in 3rd and long. But you would have to think that you're going to have to throw the football a little bit. Maybe a back out of the backfield guy we haven't seen thus far is Batkowski. He's been involved in that type of play different points in the season.
Jersey Shore having the luxury this year of locking most teams down in the man-to-man in the 5-2. Eberhardt under center, 2 backs behind him, singles left and right. Fakes the handoff, gets outside Tate Sechrist. Good pressure. That's the first hurry by Tate Sechrist where Eberhardt could not get his feet set to deliver a good pass.
And it was a good plan on that play, good coverage at the end of it by Brady Jordan, but that pressure again by Tate Sechrist, and Eberhardt's doing a great job though. Saw that pressure coming, tried to make a good throw back across his body a little bit, but falls on the ground incomplete. Be interesting to see. They might go for it here, Nate.
Yeah, you never know. What do you have to lose? Again, you have a quarterback. They can hard count this. Quarterback's got a nice arm. They do have number 5, who's a receiver here, Dylan Kite to the left and Crawford to the right. So the ball snapped back. He does punt it away. Nice end-over-end spiral. Caught by Cooper Peacock. Peacock gets a block by Jordan. Down the sideline, springs a man, cuts back inside, breaking some ankles across the 40 to the 35 and inside to 35. What a move at one point.
Flags coming in at the end of this, and the Jersey Shore faithful on the other side certainly applauding, so that might have been a late hit for sure or a personal foul. What a great return, though. And Cooper Peacock, he's averaged 18-plus yards in the last game on his returns, kind of shaking his shoulder a little bit, so he took a pretty hard hit at the end of that play.
Well, and you rarely see Tom Gravish animated like that, and he's juiced right now, and I'm only saying that because, you know, we talk about healthy, hungry, and humble. Well, the quickest way to not be healthy is you know, post-play festivities where guys get injured and they're vulnerable.
Well, the referees are talking about this one. You would think if it's a personal foul at the end of the play, more likely against the defense. But, again, we're usually wrong on these calls, so it's going to be a personal foul against the Bulldogs and probably one against the other team as well. So they're going to offset. The ball's going to stay exactly where it is. Now, that I don't know why the referee picked up that football, but that should stay right where it is, right?
Is he going to march it back and then march it forward?
I don't understand that at all. Yep, that's exactly. Now, why would you do that? Just leave the ball where it is.
Know,
it's 15 yards each way.
I mean, I'm thinking Macarena, wedding dances right now. I don't know. You know, hey, Macarena. I don't know. I mean, be honest with you. What happened was they got the second side of it. Montoursville came late. Jersey Shore retaliated. They throw the flags, offsetting penalties. I've never seen them march both ways, though. 1st and 10, Bulldogs. Jordan in the gun. He's going to roll to the right, gets a nice block from Packer. He goes to the sideline. Oh, nice try. That very close to caught, but ran out of the sideline.
Late flag at the end of this play, going to be man downfield against Jersey Shore. So he's going to cost him a couple yards. And that's tough because Brady Jordan continued to roll there. It's very easy for your linemen to drift front a little bit. They obviously know it's a passing play, but even if you drift out of the box a little bit, that can be a man downfield, exactly what it was.
Exactly, and well said, because I'm thinking, why do they have a man downfield? But, you know, Jordan has been so explosive with runs, and he rarely, when he gets to the edge 9 times out of 10, he tucks it and goes. So another penalty on the Bulldogs. That's only a 5-yarder. Going to bring up 1st and 15, 57 seconds to go in the first quarter. In the gun is Jordan, trips left, single right. Plants his foot, goes on the counter. That's Hayden Packard around the outside. Plants a foot, he's down the sideline. Does he get a block? Down the sideline, still rumbling inside the 10-yard line. Good run by Packard. Just when they snuffed that counter out earlier, it only takes one miss, and it's off to the races.
Good block at the end of that play by Elijah Jordan to spring Hayden Packard for another 10, 15 yards.
The Bulldogs in the fast car, in the NASCAR, 1st and 10. Jordan to the right. Out of the shotgun, throws the ball quick to the flats. Beautifully defended by number 5. I'll tell you what, he went out injured earlier, but he came back in, and he's definitely healthy. Dylan Kite made a great play on that ball.
One-on-one coverage, just like you see on the Jersey Shore side, and you don't have room to get a lot of separation there. Right on target by Brady Jordan. Great play by the defender.
So the Dogs now facing a 2nd and 10, and really it's a 2nd and 10 with the ball on the 10, so trips left, single right, Jordan in the gun, hands off again. No, he fakes it. He's going to follow Packard around the outside edge. He fumbles. It's picked up by Packard, but tackled immediately in the backfield.
Got to give credit to the Warrior defense there. They were right there, didn't take the fake, knocked the football out to force the fumble. Jersey Shore pretty lucky on that play to not lose possession.
So 3rd and 15. 18 seconds and counting. The Dogs are going to try to get a playoff here. Jordan in the gun. Packard, he fakes it to him. He's going to roll to the trip side. Tyson in the end zone. He's going to run. He's running out of real estate, and he's tackled. So the Warriors, just when they need to step up, that's number 44. Offensively and defensively, Christian Banks with a nice play.
Really, really nice play, and that'll wrap up the first quarter. 3 scores by the Bulldogs, missed extra point. The Jersey Shore leads 20-0 as we go to break. Between quarter number 1 and quarter number 2, you're listening to high school football on the Bear Country Sports Network.
Close to 40 years serving the Jersey Shore area community, All Round Tire, your hometown service and tire sales center. Family owned and operated, All Round Tire features Cooper and many other tire brands, including Michelin and Firestone. Make us your first choice, not only for passenger light truck, farm, and ag tires, but also for service, brakes, exhaust, belts, and hoses. And we offer the only vulcanized flat repairs in the area. PA State Inspection 2, open weekdays 8 till 5, Saturday till noon, All Round Tire, Cement Hollow Road, Jersey Shore.
WQBR 99.9 FM.
We are back at Thompson Street Stadium as second quarter ready to get underway. The Bulldogs lead 20-0 over the Montoursville Warriors. Sean Hale giving us some score updates. Again, our scoreboard brought to you by Ersmead Market. Danville 13, Berwick 0. Muncie 26-0 over Cowanesque Valley. And I just tapped the phone and lost them, but I can get those back, Nate. Line Mountain over James Buchanan, 14-0. Tri-Valley 7-0 over Mahanoy area. Bulldogs ready to go, Nate.
Field goal on the kick is Breck Miller attempting a 35-yarder from the right hash. Hold is down, kick is up. Kick is good. Breck Miller, money.
Great way to start the second quarter. And we just talked about that, Nate, a little bit ago. Kicks off to the left a little bit if you get stalled on the drive, and kudos to Montoursville. Great defensive plays there to keep the Bulldogs out of the end zone. Get your senior kicker in there, get some confidence back in him. Boy, he had plenty of leg on that one.
So, yeah, Montoursville in that last series looked sharp, and Jersey Shore looked like they kind of went and took a little break mentally. But give Montoursville's defense credit. They looked speedy on that series, and it's rare that when you get towards the second quarter you face teams that are as conditioned.
No question about it. This kickoff coming up brought to you by Joe's Equipment, offering steel sales, service, and parts. Cement Drive, Jersey Shore. Give Joe's Equipment a call at 570-398-1391. Quick update on that scoreboard again brought to you by Ersmead Market. Bloomsburg 7, Shikellamy 0. Hollidaysburg up over Selinsgrove 14-10 in the first quarter. Danville up 13-0 over Berwick. We talked about that. Loyalsock 20-0 over Wyalusing. Kickoff coming up.
Kicking off, Breck Miller's kick goes deep down towards inside the 5-yard line and fumbled. That's a touchback in high school football. So again, you're not penalized for that mishap, but Miller's kick again, he's got a hot foot now all of a sudden in the second quarter.
Really had good drive on that one. That was probably head high right at the 2 or 3 yard line. So this Bulldog defense gave up a couple plays in the last one, but boy, just really priding itself in not giving up a score. The guys up front, Tate Sechrist, Lee Springman, Zach Rooney, Dirk Steps, Gabe Andrus on the right side of that defensive line, Hayden Packer, Stone Sechrist, and in the backfield, Connor Griffin, Brady Jordan, Cooper Peacock, and Dathan Tyson, Liza Jordan as well in that defensive backfield at times.
Conklin, a single back to the right of Bryce Eberhardt in the shotgun. Twins left, single right. Ball on the 20 on the touchback. Snaps back, hands off immediately up the middle, and just met. That's number 33 for the Bulldogs. And I'll tell you what, that's another Sechrist, that's Stone. And he really closed that gap quickly.
Him and Peyton Samar, just a great duo there in the linebacker position. And then if and when Hayden Packer needs a break, Stone Sechrist and Peyton Samar, the duo there, just really active. I tell you, Stone, one of those 18 seniors for the Bulldogs, really efficient from that linebacker position.
The Dogs here in the 5-2 with 4 lockdown defensive players in the secondary. Eberhardt in the gun. Twins left, single right. Going to throw to the flats immediately. No, he keeps it, tucks it, and he's met in the backfield. And you know what? The backside help came quick. And normally quarterbacks are used to getting outside and having a little time to be elusive. That closed in a hurry.
Wonder if you give a third sack. Luke Springman, Tate Sechrist, and Stone Sechrist all in on that sack. Again, the pressure comes from both up front, which is great out of that 5-2, and then from that linebacker position as well.
And like you said, they converted all at the same time, so it'll be interesting how those stats are accumulated, because sometimes it's a half sack, sometimes it's a whole sack. So 3rd and 18, just that quick. Going backwards is the Montoursville Warriors on the 12-yard line. Eberhardt in the gun, single back to his left, motions right to left is Kite. Eberhardt hands off on the draw, and Tate Sechrist just snuffed it out. Nothing doing there, no trickery, just read your keys and close the gap.
One-on-one, Tate Sechrist is super effective Last year, at the end of the year, Nate, we talked about it. While this Bulldog defense, every player is good. I thought Tate Seekers was the best defensive player game in, game out through that playoff run, and he has just picked it up a level this year at all. That is an all-state player at the defensive end position without doubt.
And he brings it every week, consistently off that edge. To punt is Eberhardt. It's a nice punt. Gets back. Peacock catches it. He's going to try to get to the outside. Good block on Kite by Dathan Tyson down the sideline. He has a wall. Gets hit out of bounds. Cooper Peacock, a nice return, and no flags on the play, Doug.
Super clean blocks here. But, again, what an advantage, Nate. You're receiving that ball at your opponent's 40, and that's a great kick by Eberhardt. He's a very good kicker, but you can see the whole field in front of you. And, again, Jersey Shore, time after time after time, you're starting deep in your opponent's possession. Here, after the great return, you're going to start at your opponent's 10-yard line. Kind of unfair.
Yeah, great return, great field position, and a decent punt off the foot of Eberhardt, but great wall blocking on the return game for the Bulldogs. In the gun is Brady Jordan. Packer to his right, hands off immediately to Packer. Packer goes north and south, vertical, and drugged down just inside the 5-yard line, down close to the goal line.
Packer trying to add to that area lead in rushing touchdowns. Came in with 17, almost had one there.
That's going to bring up what a 2nd and 1, 2nd and goal. In the gun, Jordan hands off immediately again to Hayden Packer. Packer just busts through the plane. Good interior blocking up front. No flags on the play. The Jersey Shore, we've talked about time of possession. They can score often and very quick.
Sometimes time of possession is important if you need and want to grind it out. Sometimes it means absolutely nothing. And Shore has worked it both ways this year. 29-0 here. Breck Miller trying to go for 30.
Palski's done well with the long snapping duties this year thus far. Palski to Peacock. The hold is down. The Breck Miller kick is up, and he's getting into them now, Doug. The PAT is good. 30-0. The Bulldogs leading here. Second quarter, still with 9:17 to go.
Well, what's interesting, you saw the game last week against Shamokin. It was the first game all season long that Jersey Shore did not mercy rule 35 or more points in the first half. 28-0 at half, right? And then turned it on in the second half. They're going for it here tonight. I mean, the offense is going. Special teams are really humming well, and that was a great return off a good kick by Eberhardt, by Cooper Peacock. What's really interesting, Nate, and I returned punts 40 years ago in high school, and actually my only record had the longest punt return for a touchdown for Line Mountain, 77 yards. It was
nice.
broke about 20 years ago as well. And the kid who broke it played at Lycoming, had the touchdown on a punt return to win a ball game at the end of the ball game. So kudos to Adam Straub who broke that record. But what you see is Elijah Jordan and Cooper Peacock are truly fearless in that return game, Nate. And you know, when you're fearless, even if you make a mistake, you really put fear in your opponent because you can take it the distance every single time, and they try to do it on every play.
They have so much improved in the return game with not letting the ball hit the turf and just running with reckless abandonment. Breck Miller kicking off here for the Bulldogs. The kick is high, this time not as deep, but great hang time. Down inside the 10-yard line, the return out, good blocking, gets out to the 25-yard line before he's tackled by a host of Bulldogs.
Max Engel in at the end of that play. We'll have to see who comes off the bottom because they had the big hit. Slate Secrets as well on there. 25 Michael Reeder on that return.
So the Bulldogs still obviously have their initial starters in the game right now. Sechrist and Andrus still at ends. Eberhardt will go in the shotgun with twins to the left this time. Single back to his right. Immediate handoff. Tries to get to the outside and just met. And there's Hayden Packer with another tackle for loss. We're going to see the stat sheet explode again tonight, Doug, with the tackles for loss.
No, he finishes it off, but Zach Rooney created the disruption. Zach Rooney, one of those players, he's hard to handle inside there, Nate. I mean, him and Luke, Zach is big physically. Luke Springman and the general Dirk Stretz on either side of him. They just put relentless pressure on that offensive line. They get a crease in there, and they are in the backfield right when the running back is getting the football.
Yeah, and the other thing Coach Gravish talked a little bit off the air this week was just they love to play football. They love to have fun. And it shows every Friday night under the lights. In the gun is Eberhardt again, motions left to right. Twins right, single back. He's going to try to roll out. Pressure by Samar. Throws it up and out of bounds. Samar getting some heat on that last play.
Eberhardt comes down a little bit on his ankle, kind of walk this one off. But he's doing the right thing. Under pressure, don't take the sack. I mean, throw it out of bounds, and at the worst, you're going to punt it away. But I think Eberhardt, he's just coming over to get the play call. Always interesting, too, Nate. Jersey Shore uses the signals from the sideline. Eberhardt, on a bad ankle, has to come all the way over, get the play call, and then run all the way back to the huddle. I have never liked that. To use the signals.
And the other thing is the conservation of energy to your quarterback that just has to go to the middle of the field each and every play. Eberhardt in the gun, Twins to the left and right, 2 sidecars, 3rd and 15. Pressure again by Tate Seacrest. He's trying to get out of it. Throws it forward. Now.
Well, that's got to be a penalty.
That's got to be grounding.
He did throw the flag, didn't he? That's got to be a penalty. You can't do it there it goes. You can't do it from the middle of the field. You can do it from outside the tackle box.
I looked for a second wondering if he did get outside the tackle box. I wasn't sure. It doesn't appear that he did. And, again, it was a shovel pass to 4 linemen. So not a receiver in the vicinity. So you're right, Doug. That should be grounding.
Yep, he did throw the flag, did the referee, Ed Reeser, at the end of that play. Thought about it, too, trying to figure out where exactly was the quarterback, was there a receiver in the area. Now he's picking it up and going to explain it to everybody. But that should be a penalty for intentional grounding there. But that relentless pressure, Nate, again, Elijah Jordan and Cooper Peacock ready to receive the punt outside the 40-yard line. Shore, again, has a chance for that super short field to start their offensive drive.
And the thing about grounding, it is a loss of down, so there's no repeat 3rd down. It will be 4th down if that is, in fact, the call. So that takes it down inside the 5 to around the 2-3 line. So a difficult sledding right now, even for the special teams of Eberhardt. Eberhardt's been punting the ball well, but as you said, Doug, our return game inside their own 40 to receive this punt.
Really just a huge advantage for this Bulldog team. Short field on almost every drive.
Eberhardt on for the punting duties again for Montoursville. The punt is away. Last 2 end-over-end spirals. This one shorter. Peacock, lots of green in front of him. And very fortunate for the Bulldogs that there wasn't some laundry on that play. Again, more touching than a block, but still, contact was made.
Held up just enough, and that was right in front of the official, so he could see it. Didn't make enough contact to make a difference in the play, but still a great return. Bulldogs going to start inside the 15-yard line on this drive, trying to add to their 30-0 second quarter lead.
And it's very, very difficult for a defense, no matter how good they've been, to be giving an offense this kind of field position. Hayden, Packard single back. Brady Jordan's going to keep it this time. Go north and south. Nobody home. And he just takes it into the end zone. Wasn't even touched, unscathed. And almost like that punt return, as you said, Doug, breaks the back emotionally of a team. And almost as if the defense wasn't even out there on that last play.
Yeah, I mean, you have Palski, Dirk Stetz, Dyson Delaney, Luke Springman up front, along with Zach Rooney. Big hole there for Brady Jordan. Easy touchdown run for the senior quarterback.
Palski snapping the ball back to Peacock, down for Breck Miller. The kick is up, straight, north and south, up and good. Just that quick. We talk about, again, time of possession, and it really has boiled down to one thing this year. Other teams have struggled to flip the field. Jersey Shore consistently. What was the 50, 45 on your side has turned into inside the 20 last couple series. And I mean, if you're a defensive coordinator facing this offensive Jersey Shore, limiting them to 20 yards, it's tough.
No, the game's over at that point. If you can start your offensive drives consistently 45 and in, but then even more so, as you described, Nate, the game's truly over. You would have to make multiple mistakes, and while Shore might have some penalties early in the ball game and put the ball on the turf a little while ago, they're just going to be after you play after play after play, and you're going to have 37-0 with 7:54 to go in the second quarter. And it's so tough because Montoursville's banged up. Marco Paluzzi, their best player, out for the season. We hate to see that. But you can tell the team's a little disheartened because it's just right down your throat.
If we had a stat that wouldn't consistently show up or a wave of thinking, you get midway through the second quarter against Jersey Shore, and it's a real struggle. Squib kick off the foot of Breck Miller, picked up nicely by Conklin. Conklin down the right side, continues to run, and he runs hard. Gets out to some of the best field position Montoursville's had this half, out close to the 35.
And you can tell Conklin, he's a nice player, no question about it. He's a good athlete. He's certainly not afraid in what he's doing in the ball game as well. We'll see if we can give you some quick score updates here as well. Muncie pulling away from Kawanisky Valley 33-0. Loyalsock 34-0 over Wyalusing. And Danville 20-0 over Berwick in the second quarter. That is impressive.
Danville's had a heck of a year. Very explosive offensively. Eberhardt under center, backs in the I formation, hands off to the second back. That's Conklin. Conklin gets a nice block initially by the fullback and springs it for a couple.
Had a good split there on the left side of the Warrior offensive line for a nice pickup on first down. Another score, and again, marquee game in AA. Mount Carmel 7, Southern Columbia 7. The Tigers have won 14 in a row, but Mount Carmel really feels it's their opportunity. But that game's at Southern. Hostile environment there. That's still a tough game for the Red Tornadoes.
Pick up a 5 on first down. A nice gain there. Good push by the offensive line. Eberhardt under center. I formation. Hands to the fullback. Boom. 42 is met. Alex Fogelman met. And that's where not having that lead blocker, we saw immediately how quickly that hole closed.
Stone Seacrest, Lee Springman right at the bottom of that play. Solid from that defensive line position. Stone Seacrest, when he gets in there, he doesn't start. He doesn't miss many opportunities to make a play.
So Jersey Shore not substituting anybody really defensively tonight, with exception of the linebackers occasionally will rotate. Montoursville facing a crucial 3rd and 4 with the ball on their own 39. Eberhardt under center. 2 backs behind him. The Dogs are stacking the box. Snaps back. Fakes the handoff. Goes down. He's going to look to get ahead. Try to get out of the pocket. He tries to step up, Doug. Was so close, but no room in the end.
Gabe St. Andrus, great tackle for a loss there. We have a hold that's going to go against Jersey Shore. So he had a hold against a defensive back probably coming out there. So that will give Montoursville a first down after a good sack from that senior defensive end, Gabe Andrus.
Yeah, that time Montoursville had a tight end in there trying to spring him out, not letting him get into the secondary. Was the hold. Bulldogs had 8 men in the box, though.
They're challenging you. They're saying if you're gonna run it, we're gonna be right here to try and stop it. But the penalty gives the Warriors a first down. Clock running at 6:20. The Bulldogs up 37-0 here in quarter number 2.
Yeah, that's a 1st and 10 for Montoursville. They're not going to lay down here in the second quarter. Ball out close to midfield on the 45-yard line. Eberhardt this time not under center in the gun. Twins right, twins left, dual sidecars. Motion right to left. Pressure coming immediately. Good block by Conklin, but nothing there. Throws the ball over the middle.
Not sure who he was throwing that to. Number 17 might have been 10 yards downfield there. It should be a flag.
Yeah, really. I mean, there's a flag out on the sideline again. Interesting what they're going to call this.
Procedure against Montoursville. What pressure there, though.
Oh.
Hayden Packer on the blitz right up the middle.
I'll tell you what, that last play was like a grand finale of a 4th of July celebration. I mean, it's just like they're all, not just one firework coming at you, but several, like they're shot out of a cannon. And that's the difference. When they really want to dial it up another notch, they're fast to begin with, but when they want to hit that 5th gear, they can quickly. So that's a 5-yarder for Montoursville. Going to bring up 1st and 15. The ball back to their 40 now. Eberhardt in the shotgun. Dual sidecars, twins left and right. Single back. Media handoff up front. Nice push. Blocked by Conklin. Nice pickup. It almost was as if Jersey Shore was expecting the pass there that time.
And a little hesitation there by Conklin to open up a hole on the right side. Stone Seacrest got caught inside, not able to come outside. Hayden Packer coming around the backside for a good tackle on that play, but almost 8 yards on that run by Conklin.
And you're right, Doug. The patience with Conklin on that last play is what allowed him to get into the second level and pick up 7.
What's really an advantage for the Bulldog defense is they're not afraid to put their defensive backs one-on-one, which you don't often see in the high school level, but they're just one-on-one, man-on-man in that pass defense.
Eberhardt in the gun, going to look to throw. Pressures by Rooney up the middle, nearly picked off. It is picked off. It was volleyball, and then it was caught.
It's a triple tip. Hayden Packer, Stone Sechrist, but then Brady Jordan comes up with it before it hits the ground. So good reaction by all of them. Tried to run a little bit of a screen there, but the pressure up the middle right in the face of Everhart didn't allow that to happen. Tipped a couple times. Brady Jordan will take that interception on his defensive side, set up the Bulldogs right at midfield.
And I'd like to watch that back to see who the initial potential interception could come from, because if it's caught on the fly, he's gone. Brady Jordan in the shotgun. Twins left, twins right, motions right to left. Fakes the handoff. He's going to try to get the outside. Good pursuit. Montoursville, you could tell they watched some film this week. They were in the right place on that last play.
Ethan Wenner, very nice tackle. We called his name a couple times. Did not take the fake. Good eyes there on Brady Jordan for a tackle for a loss.
So dual sidecars, twins left and right. Jordan in the gun. Immediately pass to the flats. Dathan Tyson on the reception, picking up some of the last lost back and some.
Good mixture in there with Dathan Tyson on that flanker screen.
3rd and 7. Tyson comes to the trip side. Peacock all alone. Fakes the option. Brady Jordan goes north and south. It's going to bring up 3rd and doable. It'll be interesting to see what decision Tom Gravish makes here.
Actually, 4th and 4.
4th, you're right. 4th
I think you
down.
go for it here.
It is 4th. They're gonna probably go hard count or go immediately to the fast car. Jordan snaps back. Immediate handoff to Hayden Packer. Hayden Packer tries to get the outside. Stiff arms a man. Goes vertical. And I'll tell you what, just when you think he's going to be tackled for a loss, Doug, he stretches the play just far enough to get the first down.
I think he really surprises people that when he puts his feet down on the ground into a full sprint, Hayden Packer's pretty fast.
He is deceivingly fast, deceptively fast. In the gun, Brady Jordan, single back, fakes the handoff. Good pursuit by Conklin, but that's the speed of Brady Jordan down the sideline. 10-5, touchdown, and right in nearly made contact with him, and he just said, I have another gear.
He's so good at using that stutter step, and sometimes the defense stays in place and tackles him for a loss or a very short gain. There he uses that stutter step against a good defender. Conklin splits him, gets by him, and then there's nobody there, 36 yards for the touchdown.
Great breakaway speed by Brady Jordan on that last touchdown. Palski to Peacock. The kick is a line drive. It's up, and it's good off the foot of Breck Miller. So the Dogs with 3.5 to go here in the second quarter. Doug, yeah, take a look at some out-of-town scores.
They are rolling, I tell you. The Bulldogs, they very, very impressive against a little bit overmatched team here for Montoursville. Again, the kickoff coming up, brought to you by Joe's Equipment, offering steel sales, service, and parts. Cement Drive, Jersey Shore, right off of Route 220, 570-398-1391. And again, our scoreboard all season long, brought to you by Herbs Meat Market, the meeting place with quality specialized meats and cheeses, 229 South Main Street in Jersey Shore. We'll see if we can get an update here. Bloomsburg 14-0 over the Braves of Shikellamy. Selinsgrove comes back and takes a lead, 17-14 over Hollidaysburg, so a good game there in the second quarter. Mount Carmel Southern still tied at 7 in the second quarter. Danville now 28-0 over Berwick at halftime. Loyalsock 34-0 over Wyalusing. Montrose leads Columbia Montourville Tech 16-14, so a good game there. Muncie 40-0 over Cowanesque Valley.
44-0 is a score. Breck Miller kicking off to the Warriors of Montoursville, caught by number 25 on the return. That's Michael Reeder. Good pursuit. Gets it out to about the 25-yard line, so decent return. Brody Huron on that tackle.
Good physicality on that play. Peyton Samar was matched up in a good blocking there. He's going to stay in the ball game at the linebacker position. He's been out for a couple of series. He's going to stay alongside Hayden Packer. Stone Sechrist getting the break here.
Montoursville really has an opportunity now to try and create something. They've done a decent job. Conklin's had some nice carries here for them, just inconsistently able to move the chains. Eberhardt under center. I formation, hands to the second back. That's Conklin. Conklin gets up a couple yards, 2-3 yards. That's been their best bread and butter, is the eye and having a lead blocker.
Well, absolutely. You need a lead blocker to kind of clear the path a little bit for Conklin. Going to be tough for him to get to that average of 90 yards per game over the last 5 games tonight against the Bulldog first team.
Bulldogs just really consistently difficult to run against. And let's face it, if you can't establish the run and you really are one-dimensional and can't throw the football, it's a long night for you. Eberhardt under center, 2nd and 7, ball on the 28. 2 backs behind him in the I formation. Singles left and right, motions right to left. Pitch to Conklin. There's a flag on the play. Looks like a fumble.
There's absolutely nowhere to go. Dirk Stats, Zach Rooney, Hayden Packer all right there. Penalty is going to be procedure against Montoursville, which you can decline, I think. But it looks like Montoursville's thinking that they're going to keep possession of this one. Maybe they got the fumble as well at the end of that. Couldn't see that.
Well, I'm almost wondering if they blew the play dead.
Could have, yeah.
You know, if the fumble is after the fact, but I'll have to do some more studying, Doug.
Yep. Penalty against the Warriors. Procedure going to set them back 5 yards, but they will maintain possession.
The Bulldogs in the 5-2. Alex Jackson, defensive coordinator. They like to lock down in the man-to-man. Montoursville to pro set, single eye. Eberhardt under center, singles left and right. Hands to the fullback. Fullback pop off the right side, and it's just met by 3 people, starting with Tate Seacrest.
Yeah, man, he just uses that. It's just wrestling technique. You know, takedown, gets the arms around the legs, and they're putting you on the turf, and Zach Rooney there to clean it up as well. It's hard to take your eyes off of Zach Rooney in the middle. I tell you, from that nose tackle position, he is a big dude in there. He is hard to handle from that middle of the line, and that just sets up so much else for this defense of the Bulldogs. Really impressive.
I asked him this week when he was going to run the football again. And Coach Gravish said the next time we're going to put him in the shotgun and let him throw it. He said he actually can throw the football. So I said it'd be interesting to see that one. Eberhardt under center, single eye, single left, slot left. The quick pitch to 44, good speed. And that was immediate hit. Hayden Packer came up and just lowered the shoulder.
I tell you, this Bulldog defense, they are whacking tonight. They are really hitting hard. I mean, they've done all season long, but you can just kind of hear them and feel them a little bit. The crowd kind of felt that one as well here. Going to be 4th and long, so Cooper Peacock, Elijah Jordan set up to receive a potential punt here out near midfield.
You know, and you mentioned the crowd, Doug, here on senior night. 44-0 is the score. A minute to go here in the second quarter. Montoursville is going to bleed this clock down. We'll look at the crowd tonight, Doug. Incredible weather. Nice, cool fall evening right around the 50-degree mark. 2 and 3 deep around the outside. The old track, the cinder track here. Montoursville is going to take a timeout.
And our timeout's brought to you as a service of Three Brothers Moving. The Three Brothers crew treats you like a part of the family. If you, a friend, a family member has moved, give Three Brothers Moving a call at 215-220-1551. And Nate, as you never look ahead, we still have the second half of this ball game, but as you look ahead in the season, next game, last 2 games of the season on the road after the 4-game homestand. Canton going to be undefeated. It's going to be a great ball game. They are a serious, legitimate, potential single-A state championship team. That's going to be a heck of a district game if it matches up with Muncie and Canton in that District 4 single-A final. But that's on the road, and that's a Canton team that has caused everybody a lot of problems. So that'll be a challenge for the Jersey Shore Bulldogs on the road next week.
Well, they're a physical team, too. Not as big as some teams, but strong. Big weight room program, some special players there for sure. 3 brothers that we'll talk about next week. Eberhardt back to kick this football away at 4th and 12. He's going to punt it. Peacock runs up. He's going to let it hit the ground. Peacock does. He does it. Just what he likes to do. Gets the infield fumble. Makes a cut. Makes a man miss. Good tackle by 51 on that. For a large lineman, Landon Moorhart, the sophomore, tackle guard and center, said, hey, I'm just going to sit down here and stay home.
That was a tough one because that one was kind of away from Cooper Peacock. He couldn't get over to try and field that one, and then he saw right away the way the ball was rolling that was going to take a long roll, so picked it up. Hey, you'll take that. That probably would have been down inside the 30. You'll take that ball outside the 35 at about the 38 for the first down.
As you said, Doug, the ball is at the 38-yard line of the Bulldogs. 44-0, 38 seconds to go. Brady Jordan in the shotgun. Twins left and right. Immediate pass to the flats. That's to Connor Griffin. Connor Griffin cuts back towards the middle rather than the outside. Clock's going to continue.
I think you take one shot down the field.
The Dogs trying to get in a hurry up. They got to get set, though. Jordan in the gun. He's going to roll to the right. Gets a nice block by Packard. Into the flats. That's Cooper Peacock. Cooper Peacock doesn't get out of bounds. They signal the clock. Keep it moving. Dogs will take a timeout.
I think you should, because you just never know when you need to run that hurry-up offense. You need to get in field goal position to give it a try. You talked about throwing the ball a little bit here. Why not take a shot? It doesn't matter what the score is. At this point, you're working on stuff for the postseason, for next week against Canton on the road, and then the final road game against the Central Mountain Wildcats. You want to see, hey, what play can we put in to pick up 20 yards to give Breck Miller a chance for a field goal?
Exactly. 17 for Selinsgrove, 14 for Hollidaysburg. So that's a good game. You talked about that.
Good game. Two-hour drive for Selinsgrove, but that's against a 5A team that doesn't have a great record, but played Central Mountain and beat them in the playoffs last year, and they like to throw the ball all over the field. So that's a good matchup. Again, that Selinsgrove team, even though Jersey Shore handled them in week number 2, that could be a team that the Bulldogs see again here in a couple weeks.
The Dogs are already lined up and ready to go here. Timeout not over yet. 13.5 seconds to go here. Second quarter. 1st and 10, just across midfield. The Bulldogs like the hook and ladder, Doug.
Timing up for 2 plays.
Jordan in the gun. Packer blocking to his right. Snap is back. You're just going to go up top.
A little bump there at the end of that play, but official might have thought that was overthrown just enough to not cause the opportunity for a catch. Haven't seen the Bulldogs try to go downfield deep a whole lot this year, but what it shows you is that when he needs to do so, Brady Jordan can get the ball down the field if he needs to.
Yeah, he sure can. He has a strong arm. They talked about that in junior midget football when he played over there in Annisford. He could really sling it. 9.1 left, trips left, Jordan in the gun. No pressure, excellent blocking. He's got Peacock wide open. Peacock.
That's got to be.
I mean, he got mugged. He got mugged.
Yeah. But the defender had the inside position, so the official is going to let that one go away. Still, the time does not run out. 1.1 seconds, so the Bulldogs going to have one more shot at it here in the first half.
Yeah, and I realize the game is a little bit out of hand here at 44-0, but Peacock was definitely, held there on that last play, and that's not coming from a homer perspective. So Brady Jordan, the gun, will have one more attempt. Dathan Tyson motions left to right. He's going to motion to this side. He's got a man open. Connor Griffin catches it and gets into the end zone with 1.1 left, Doug. And you know something? They didn't get the penalty. But Connor Griffin, we talk about the sneaky athleticism. He, a little boat in there at the end. I would have liked to seen him run full speed there a little bit. But when the shoestring tackle wasn't made, he was off to the end zone.
That's a great throw by Brady Jordan, rolling to his left to make that throw with some backside pressure coming. Connor Griffin got the separation you need and right on the money for the touchdown.
Palski to Peacock. Breck Miller's kick is up. The kick is line drive, and it is through. So let's talk a little bit about that last play. What you just said, Doug, when a quarterback typically rolls to the left, most defensive backs say they're not going to beat me over the top.
Yeah, can't set your feet enough to throw it that far. Brady Jordan showed his athletic ability. He said, I can get it that far. And Connor Griffin, great catch and run at the end of that. We're going to halftime. You're listening to Jersey Shore Bulldog High School football on the Bear Country Sports Network.
Do you suffer from severe fried chicken-related cravings? If so, Kentucky Fried Chicken's $6 two-piece drum and thigh combo may be right for you. The combo contains tasty chicken, creamy mashed potatoes, a flaky biscuit, and an ice-cold drink. Side effects may include more money in your wallet, happiness, and the urge to lick your fingers. Order KFC's two-piece drum and thigh combo in the KFC app for just $6. That's finger-licking good. Price and participation may vary. Limited time offer. Tax extra.
If there's one thing we've learned throughout the pandemic, it's that life is fragile and it's important to prepare for the unexpected. Get the life insurance coverage you need. Choose Burgandy, Gleghorn, and Hafley, an independent insurance agency representing Erie Insurance, serving Bear Country, the entire state of Pennsylvania for generations. Trust in our 9-person staff with over 100 years of combined experience. Burgandy, Gleghorn, and Hafley, 123 East Water Street, Lock Haven, 570-748-4022.
From tailgate parties to busy weeknights, the flavor experts at Omaha Steaks made it easy to savor all of fall's flavors with mouth-watering assortments of perfectly aged steaks, ultra-juicy burgers, and easy, ready-in-a-flash comfort meals. Right now, shop their semi-annual sale and get 50% off site-wide. Use promo code SIZZLE at checkout for an additional $30 off of your order. Don't wait. Go to omahasteaks.com, code SIZZLE at checkout. That's omahasteaks.com, code SIZZLE. Minimum order may be required.
Call 570-753-5722. TLC Fuels, a family-owned business since 1998, serving residential, farm, and commercial customers from their Jersey Shore location just off of Route 220 at the Pine Creek exit. Fuel oil, diesel, and gasoline, hard coal. TLC Fuels, dedicated to providing friendly, satisfying service to all other customers. TLC Fuels, proud to be a supporter of the Jersey Shore Bulldogs. 570-753-5722.
This is Loyalty Lab Interview 6. Subject, grandmother's loyalty. Margie, what do you do when your grandson misbehaves?
Angels don't misbehave.
Here we study the most loyal, like you and... Oh, there goes the lamp.
Shouldn't have put it there.
Shell and the Fuel Rewards program has our members' backs, too. It's super easy to save on every gallon. Loyal, just like how you acted like that wasn't his fault.
Someone should clean that up before he gets hurt.
Yes! Loyal, just like that.
10 years of FR.com. Terms and conditions apply.
It seems like there's an automotive parts store on every corner, and they all probably have the part or product you need. But do they know what you need? And do they know they have it? For automotive parts and knowledge, come to the automotive parts store that has automotive experience, Napa Auto Parts. The staff at Napa Auto Parts has the experience to answer your questions and make sure you get what you need. Napa Auto Parts, Hogan Boulevard, Mill Hall, and Bridge Street, Jersey Shore. Napa Auto Parts, Central PA's trusted source for automotive parts and knowledge for generations.
Cutting Edge Country, WQBR, The Bear.
Nate Carpenter, Doug Byerly, we're back here. It is senior night. What an incredible first half, Doug Byerly. Ended with some more fireworks there on the Connor Griffin touchdown. Let's just take a minute, take a deep breath. The Montoursville band on the field, and they are spectacular. Look at the drum corps. Mike Wrench does a fantastic job with the drum corps down there at Montoursville. We got some stats. Special thanks to Vince. Special thanks to my dad, Jim Carpenter, and Coach Chris Davis for the stats, the consistent week-to-week updates, and there's a lot of activity when it comes to the Jersey Shore roster. So, Doug, take it away.
And our halftime is brought to you by Kevin Peacock Disposal, family-owned and operated, serving the eastern portion of Bear Country, providing top-notch service for 30-plus years. Get the kind of service you deserve. Free quotes available, 570-745-7730. Give a call to Kevin Peacock Disposal, and we really appreciate them being our halftime sponsor all season long. So offensive stats, Nate. Brady Jordan leads the way on the ground, 12 carries for 128 and 3 touchdowns, 1 from 7, 1 from 12, 1 from 36. Very impressive. Hayden Packer, 9 carries, 60 yards, 2 TDs as well, 1 2 yards, 1 1 yard. Dathan Tyson, 1 carry for 7. So really unusual. 3 people carried the football in the first half. Elijah Jordan had no carries in that first half.
And that is rare because they went to the air tonight.
They really did. Through the air, passing, Brady Jordan, 8 for 13. Did take a sack, 2 touchdowns, 133 total yards, touchdowns, 1 for 38. And that last play of the first half, 48 yards to Connor Griffin. So that leads to the receiving. Elijah Jordan, 2 for 17. Cooper Peacock, 2 for 19. And Connor Griffin, 3 for 90. His best game of the season, and he certainly deserves it. 38-yard touchdown and then the 48-yard touchdown. Like you said, Nate, a little bit of showboat there at the end of that play, but you know what? I would have done the same thing. Hey, he works hard on both sides of the football, and he doesn't get a whole lot of opportunities to go down the field. I mean, he made a great play. Separate, make a great catch, and then a great run to kick out of the tackle for the touchdown.
Well, we've seen all year long the receiving corps for Jersey Shore just being willing to put themselves out there as far as blocking, selfless play, and you said it just like tonight's sort of a homecoming for the receiving corps here at Jersey Shore in that selfless willingness to block for teammates with the solid ground game. I mean, all year long it's been dominant, and tonight Tom Gravish says, I think it's time to throw the receiving corps a bone. We talked about this in the pregame. When would it happen? When would there be a breakout night for the wide receiving corps? And even with 1.1 seconds to go in that first half, Connor Griffin is able to cross that plane. So remarkable when they have to, they can. And Brady Jordan, whether he's rolling right or rolling left, he's effective.
Good enough athlete to throw the ball either way. Very impressive play, obviously, to end the first half. And Coach Davis gave me another stat that's really impressive. Cooper Peacock in the return game, 4 returns for 93 yards. Had 3 of them, 1 for 36,
that's
1
crazy.
for 30, and 1 for 23.
It's remarkable.
I mean, that's almost 100 yards in the return game. That is really, truly impressive. And your dad giving us the scoring drives very impressively here. Jersey Shore, probably their longest drive of the season, 10 plays, 220 in possession, a 2-yard TD by Hayden Packer. Despite 2 15-yard penalties on that drive, that was the opening drive of the ball game. Following that, a 2-play drive, 26 seconds, 38-yard touchdown, Brady Jordan to Connor Griffin. Third scoring drive, 7 plays, 150, 7-yard TD run by Brady Jordan. Fourth touchdown scoring drive, 5 plays, 120, 35-yard field goal by Breck Miller. Very impressive on that drive as well. 2 plays, 23 seconds, 2-yard touchdown run by Hayden Packer. 1 yard is the next one. 1 play, 8 seconds, 12-yard touchdown by Brady Jordan. But those 2, Nate, are the perfect example. Those are after long punt returns by Cooper Peacock to set up the Bulldogs on short play. And then the last 2, 4 plays, 125, 36-yard touchdown run by Brady Jordan. And then 5 plays, 54 seconds, a 48-yard Brady Jordan to Cooper Peacock. 51 total points, 36 plays, 9:46 in time of possession. And here's again that time of possession, Nate. Montoursville holds the ball for 14:04, and they give up 51 points and trail 51-0 at the break.
Yeah, time of possession is an irrelevant stat, especially when we talk about Jersey Shore Bulldog football, how quickly they can score. You talk about field position. The biggest improvement this year has been in the punt return game. No longer will they give up 10 or 15. I mean, you want to talk about they're actually flipping the field when it comes to the return game. And Breck Miller's leg is strong enough. And this is with a decent kicker in both Eberhardt and number 38, Wyatt Fry. They both kick the ball extremely well, but Jersey Shore just really solid in that return game.
So it adds such a dimension to your football team when you can do exactly as you described. Flip the field, give your offense a short field, and then the defense, again, has been relentless. We only talk about the defensive stats at the end of the ball game, but there's probably, I'm guessing, maybe 6, 7, 8 tackles for loss already here in half number 1. Not quite as many as last game, but Eberhardt, who's a good athlete at quarterback, he has no time to look down the field to what might be open receivers. The pressure's right in his face. Tate Sechrist, Andrus, Stone Sechrist, Hayden Packer, Zach Rooney, Dirk Stetz, all in on tackles for loss in the first half of this ballgame. Really very impressive.
Well, when I think about this culture, this program, I think about next man up. In the second half, it'll be interesting to see if, Loomis can come in and Paul Hale can come in, the likes of some of these underclassmen. It is senior night. I'm sure a lot of the seniors would like to play the majority of the second half, but that won't be the case tonight. And the Dogs just really rolling. I mean, tonight they proved, and I know that Montoursville's banged up a little bit, but tonight they proved that they aren't just a single threat. They're a dual threat offense.
Oh, there's absolutely
I should say triple threat.
They really are. And the thing about it is, as the season continues, there will be a game where for whatever reason, maybe that run game isn't clicking, or you have a longer field that you've got to go and you're going to have to spread it out and throw the football. They've been able to do that a little bit more tonight. Very effective. You talked about, Nate, the seniors. I'll look down the roster here. Cooper Peacock, Chris Wilson. We see him usually in the second half. Brady Jordan, Laramie Bombeck, Connor Griffin, Breck Miller. Jumping down to Nicholas Canellis. We see him a little bit in the secondary. Gabe Andrus, Stone Sechrist, Hayden Packer, of course, the All-Stater, Dylan Ross, Luke Springman, Jared Palski, Chase Hensler. Who else we got? Dietrich Dahmer, Zach Rooney, Dirk Stetz, the general. And that's all the seniors. Just a super senior class. 18 seniors for this Bulldog. What a pleasure it's been to watch them all season long here, celebrating on senior night tonight. We're going to take a break. If you're listening to high school football, we'll be back on more halftime on the Bear Country Sports Network.
Angie's List you know and trust is now Angie, and we're so much more than just a list. We still connect you with top local pros and show you ratings and reviews, but now we also let you compare upfront prices on hundreds of projects and book a service instantly. We can even handle the rest of your project from start to finish. So remember, Angie's List is now Angie, and we're here to get your job done right. Get started at Angie.com. That's ANGI, or download the app today.
Want to sell a house? Want to buy a house? Then call the Dave Winkleman team at Anchor Realty in Lock Haven. Dave's a graduate of Jersey Shore High School. He and his wife Jan live in South Avis, the parents of 7 children. So you know the Dave Winkleman team is motivated to market your home and find you a new one. 570-858-0777. Ask Dave how he can guarantee your home will sell within 90 days. The Dave Winkleman team at Anchor Realty, 57 Belfont Avenue in Lock Haven, ready to serve you. 570-858-0777.
Mr. Clean, Mr. Clean. Of course I use Mr. Clean Magic Eraser to clean tough messes off my stovetop and bathtub. But then I discovered I can also use it to easily clean my patio furniture and even my shoes. I'm hooked.
And when wipes won't cut it, I use Magic Eraser Sheets. They're thin and flexible erasers, perfect for everyday messes, like gunk on my counters and sinks. They really are magical.
The reviews are in. Mr. Clean Magic Eraser and Sheets make cleaning look easy.
Visit the Twilight Diner in Loganton, where tasty, fresh-made food is available when you want it. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Choose a burger, homemade pizza, stromboli, their famous mountain sandwich, or anything on their menu. See it on their Facebook page. Now home of the Loganton area's only beer cave. The Twilight Diner, 603 North Mill Street, just off the Loganton exit of Interstate 80. 570-725-3911 for takeout. The Twilight Diner in Loganton.
Have you wanted to speak a new language but thought it'd be too difficult or take too much time? Then try Babbel. In just 15 minutes a day, Babbel teaches you conversations that you will actually use. With 14 languages and lesson topics like travel, business, relationships, and more, you'll learn what matters most to you. Babbel. Language for life. Learn a new language with ease. Go to Babbel.com to try for free. That's BABBEL.com.
It's time for an insurance review. Every now and then, you need to know you're getting the best coverage at the best price. So here's a phone number, 570-865-5191. State Farm agent Jason Eberhardt will give you an overview and make recommendations on how you can protect yourself and your family. Auto, home, life, health, property, or business, it's Eberhardt State Farm. Available online at InsureJerseyShore.com. Eberhardt State Farm in their new offices, 600 Allegheny Street, Jersey Shore. 570-865-5191.
WQBR 99.9 FM.
Nate Carpenter, Doug Byerly back here at Thompson Street Stadium. Just about to start the second half here. Jersey Shore up 51-0, scoring with 1 second to go there to end the half. Doug, you got some out-of-town scores for us.
And again, our halftime brought to you by Kevin Peacock Disposal, family owned and operated for over 30-plus years. Get the kind of service you deserve. Free quotes available. Give Kevin Peacock Disposal a call, 570-745-7730. And we want to give thanks again to Steve and Alicia Wadsworth of Lock Haven for being a patron sponsor all season long, and River Valley Internet for providing the bandwidth we need to bring you the broadcast. River Valley Internet, we never forget you have a choice, and all of its sponsors. Greatly appreciated. Keep in mind, playoffs coming up. Going to have to get additional sponsors to keep bringing you these Jersey Shore Bulldog game. And our out-of-town scoreboard brought to you all season long by Erb's Meat Market, the meeting place, especially meats and cheeses, 229 South Main Street, Jersey Shore. All right, Bloomsburg, 14-7 over the Braves of Shikellamy at halftime. Selinsgrove's widening that lead, 24-14 over Hollidaysburg at the break. Mount Carmel, the Red Tornadoes, 14-7 over Southern Columbia at halftime. Danville all over Berwick, 28-0 now at the third quarter starts. Loyalsock as well, 41-0 over Wyalusing at the break. Montrose 16, Columbia Montour Tech 14 in the second quarter. Muncie 40-0 over Cowanesque Valley. Warrior Run 20-0 over Montgomery in the second quarter. Mifflinburg 12-7 in a good game with Milton. Again, Mifflinburg 12, Milton 7 at the break. No score, Shamokin, Central Columbia, and Hughesville 7-0 over Towanda at halftime.
Well, it was an exciting first half, Doug. Jersey Shore showing offensively they're not just one-dimensional. It's not just the run game. We know that a lot of the guys go both ways. Secondary is really solid, and those guys also are receivers, and they really kind of opened things up in that first half. We'll come back and talk a little bit more about that in just a minute. You're listening to Jersey Shore High School football on the Bear Country Sports Network.
When Big Mobile charges you an arm and a leg, they're taking your money and your power. And your arm and leg. Boost Mobile gives your power back with an unlimited plan for $25 a month on one of America's largest 5G networks. We can't give you back your arm and your leg because we're not qualified surgeons. Unless you're an iguana who can grow limbs back. Switch to Boost and get an unlimited plan for $25 a month. Boost Mobile. Unleash your power. New customers only. One line, $25 per month with auto pay. Additional restrictions apply. See boostmobile.com for details.
When you're looking to move to something bigger or smaller, new construction or a fixer-upper, in town or out of town, your first call should be to Brady Carnahan at SWC Real Estate, 570-295-8233. Through the years, SWC has become an industry leader committed to excellence by offering the most comprehensive marketing solutions. At SWC Realty, it's simple. We just market your home better. Call Brady Carnahan today, 570-295-8233.
At Boot Barn, we believe that the cowboy boot is an American icon. Today's boots are not only rooted in history, but are enhanced with modern technology features for the working cowboy. Ariat boots are built with advanced technology that provides the comfort and support of a high-performance athletic shoe, yet still has the functionality and durability of the iconic cowboy boot. And at Boot Barn, we carry over 250,000 pairs of Ariat boots nationwide. Ariat at Boot Barn.
McMahon, Ferguson & Associates Insurance Agency is your local Erie insurance agency. They handle your home, auto, commercial, and life insurance needs. Let's talk life insurance. If something happened to you, would your family be prepared? Let McMahon, Ferguson & Associates craft the perfect life insurance policy for you. Call 570-398-4090 or visit 1020 Allegheny Street, Jersey Shore. McMahon, Ferguson & Associates Erie Insurance Agency.
My name is Rose, and I've been driving a school bus for 25 years for Susquehanna Transit Company. Susquehanna Transit is family-owned and operated. If you can drive a car, you can drive a school bus. The hours and pay are great, with many opportunities to earn even more money. So come meet the staff and trainers and be a part of a great family. Call 570-753-5125.
Everything you need in one place. Jiffy Market in Jersey Shore. Now your first choice for great hot food, breakfast sandwiches, bagels, French toast sticks, boneless wings, hash browns, garbage fries, and taco wraps. PA lottery tickets and skill games and ATM fresh-made sandwiches, meat and cheese by the pound, snacks, candy, slushies, and more. All at Jiffy Market. Everything you need in one place. Across from the post office in downtown Jersey Shore. Stop and shop. Jiffy Market in Delhi.
WQBR, The Bear, Cutting Edge Country.
Nate Carpenter, Doug Byerly, we are back. And, of course, Jersey Shore elected to receive in the first half to start this game, scoring points immediately. Up 51-0. Montoursville will return the football. And they've had some decent returns, Doug, out past the 25 tonight. So, Breck Miller to kick here to start the third quarter. Kick is up, kick is high, kick is deep. It's caught at the 10. Out to the 20, 25. And wrapped up immediately by the Bulldogs.
Brody Hurd got a handle in there, but Peyton Samar able to tie that one up. Again, the kickoffs all season long brought to you by Joe's Equipment, offering sales, service, and parts. Cement Drive, Jersey Shore. Give them a call at 570-398-1391.
The Bulldogs electing to come out with most of the starters. In fact, it is the starting unit, minus Hayden Packard at linebacker. That's wise.
No, they don't have a whole – Hayden Packard's fantastic, but with the way Stone Sechrist and Peyton Samar have been playing, not a whole lot of drop-off there for the Bulldog defense out of the 5-2.
Bryce Eberhardt under center, single back, hands off, tailback. That's 46. I believe that's Matthew Conklin on the carry. No ground game at all on that first down and 10.
Luke Springman, Tate Sechrist in there, short tackle for a loss. Here's the thing, Nate, for Montoursville. They drop the game tonight, which they probably will. Obviously, they'll be 4-4, but then they have 2 road games to end the year, just like Jersey Shore, at Selinsgrove and at Loyalsock, who's very good. real good probability for the Warriors to end up 4-6 in the regular season. They'll still make the AAA playoffs in District 3, but that's not the position you want to be in.
Yeah, and Montoursville had, I believe, one too many men on the field, so they're forced to call a timeout, and that's not how you want your second half to start offensively.
Timeouts brought to you as a service of Three Brothers Moving. Give the guys a call. They treat you like a part of the family. Give them a call at 215-220-1551. Three Brothers Moving, our timeout sponsor this season for the Jersey Shore Bulldog football.
And once again, just a reminder, the regular season for those sponsors this year has just been, it's been super. There's never been a year with so many sponsors and so much support for the Bulldog Nation. But once the playoffs roll around, we have got to up the ante, folks, and get some more advertisers out there to support this so that we can continue these broadcasts. Eberhardt in the gun, single back, Twins right. Fakes the handoff. He's going to go to the flats. Immediate pass. Nice pass and catch. That's to number 25. Well schemed on that play. That goes to Michael Reeder.
Nice little fake there to hold the linebackers in place just enough and then leak out that running back. Quick delivery. Eberhardt, he's got the ability when he has time to throw the football. He can get it out there in the vicinity. A nice almost pick up for the first down. Thought he had it there, so short 3rd and 2.
Really, like you said, he was able to freeze the linebackers with that little head fake, little shoulder pump. Got the ball to the flats to Reeder. Twins left. Make that single left, Twins right, single back. Motions right to left. Eberhardt in the gun. Rolling to the left. Pressure coming immediately. And he throws over the middle once again to a lineman.
You know, I was thinking, Nate, what we haven't seen for a while in a couple games is a ball tipped or knocked down, which we saw so much last year with Connor Davis. And then early this year, Tate Sechrist, Zach Rooney, a bunch had some tipped passes. You got to wonder if the opponents really are aware of that. Eberhardt obviously is, throw it to an area there. But, again, I still don't know how that's not a penalty. There wasn't a receiver with it.
We've seen that twice tonight. 1 out of 3 has been called. The punt return team on. Elijah Jordan, Cooper Peacock still in. Eberhardt back to punt, going with the hard count. The snap is back. It's a good snap. Another nice kick off the boot of Eberhardt. Peacock is there. Peacock hauls it in. Gets a block from Tyson. Gets to the outside, but good east and west. And I'll tell you, 44 moves well. Christian Banks, not super tall.
Only a freshman.
But quick.
Yeah, very quick. Really nice to see good play from the other team as well. Able to track Cooper Peacock down and didn't allow any return yards on that. Bulldog offense, though, they are ready to go.
Well, the defense comes out. They're able to hold on that 3rd and 3, get pressure to force the errant throw over the middle, forcing the punt. Eberhardt's been busy punting tonight, as well as the quarterback duties. Brady Jordan up under center. Motion right to left goes Peacock. Elijah Jordan in the game. Hands off on the counter. That's Tate Sechrist. Nice carry.
His first carry of the ball game. Been kind of a pattern. You get him in second, third quarter. Jaron Loomis in at the tight end position as well. Flips over to this side.
Under center, Brady Jordan. Right to left goes Peacock. Quick pitch to the left is Elijah Jordan. He gets a big block by Peacock. Nice tackle, though. Nice tackle by number 83, Corbin Fry. But did you see that block by Peacock?
That was a big block. That is a great description, man. Just put that guy right on the turf. Cooper Peacock, he is a very physical player.
Under center is Jordan again. Immediate fullback pop is Tate Sechrist. Stiff arms a man, but good pursuit, good pressure that time. Initial hit was in the backfield. Sechrist trying to bunch that outside, unable to do so.
Kane Moore, another freshman in there from Montoursville, able to drop Tate Sechrist for a loss on that play. Really nice play. Some of the younger players for the Warriors stepping up here in the third quarter.
Tate Sechrist up back. Elijah Jordan to the rear. Handoff is the jet sweep. It's to Peacock. Peacock stiff arms a man. Not able to get outside. Good tackle. Again, Jersey Shore electing to be a little conservative and run the football right now, and wisely so. Working on some things, but they've yet to go to the air.
Yep, trying to run that football wide, and when they do that, Montoursville has been up to the task. Side to side, they're pretty good.
Tate Sechrist, the lone back now, in the passing formation. Brady Jordan now in the shotgun. Trips right, single left. Snap is back. The pitch relationship. Tate Sechrist gets a nice run, but that was a great stance by the Warriors defense.
Or just another ankle tackle where Tate Sechrist would have been able to get to full speed. Would have been interesting to see if he could have picked up the first down there, but Montoursville defense does a nice job, so Cooper Peacock going to back up for his first punt of the ball game.
Peacock back to punt. Likes to go with a rugby-style kick. Very strong leg this year. Has done a good job of pinning people inside the 20. Kicking from the midfield mark, about the 50-yard line. 4th and 9. Good snap. Big kick. High, angling to the right sideline. Inside the 5 and down to the 4. We talk about it, Doug. That is priceless. You're doing so many things well, and you're Montoursville thinking this is the opportunity to flip the field, and that's what you get left with.
Yeah, not the prettiest punt, just gets it out of there real quick and then finds a way to get it to go end over end and get a nice roll in the Bulldog coverage. They are down there in a hurry. They hustle down there, pinning your opponent inside the 5-yard line, and this is just what the Bulldog defense wants. The pressure is going to come here, even though some of the second teamers are in there. Most of them, in fact, they're going to come pressure against this Warrior offense.
Well, Breck Miller is in at cornerback, and I'm not even going to comment on that. That's why I'm doing the broadcast and not coaching.
Dietrich Dahmer.
I'd be icing that leg right now. Guess what I'd be doing? Icing that leg, putting it vertical. Quarterback in the game. There's a change.
Number 10.
Jimmy Musina's in the game. Hands the ball off to the tailback, and it looks like he's inside the end zone. Nope, they're going to say he just got outside. Very close to his safety. Wow. They say he did break the plane.
Dietrich Dahmer, max angle right there. Nice play on the defensive side. Not sure how he stayed out of the end zone, but we'll take the official's word for that. But loss on the play, 2nd and 13 here for the Warriors. It has to be Mark Messina's son, right, Jimmy?
I believe so, yes. Yeah. We could ask Bryson here to our left. He'd give us the intel.
That's right.
Had a tremendous career at Shippensburg, quarterback. My son was also tracked there, so had a chance to see him play some in the PSAC. Musina under center. Straight eye formation. Immediate handoff. Met immediately, but he still gets across the plane. Boy, the Dogs just – what do you do when you're backed up to your own goal line?
Yeah, but you just need that little push. That's all you're looking for. Slate Sechrist on that side of the defensive line, along with Bo Sechrist. Gabe Andrews still in the ball game from that right defensive end position.
The Dogs platooning some substitutions right now. Again, you heard that right. Breck Miller is in at cornerback, as well as number 7, Ashton Sweely. Elijah Jordan in at safety, along with the Dathan Tyson move from corner to safety. Musina. Jimmy Musina, under center, the sophomore, hands the ball off immediately to the left side, off tackle. He's still outside. That's going to bring up 4th down, I believe, Doug.
This will be the 3rd time, Nate, that they've punted. The Warriors have from inside their own end zone. Elijah Jordan and Dathan Tyson going to drop, and they're probably going to be around the 30-yard line.
And I'll tell you, I had a nice talk with Dathan Tyson's father this week. He's an agronomist, a soil conservationist with a degree from Mansfield. So just a humble young man. Dathan Tyson, just a humble kid to talk to, and having a great career here at Shore as well. So Elijah and Tyson back near the end line. The punt is up. Ball bounces. Tyson just says we're going to let it roll.
Had the chance to pick it up. Thought if it took a real big hop, he might take a chance on it, but did the right thing. Get away from it. You're still going to have great field position inside the Montoursville 40-yard line at about the 36.
So we have a Loomis sighting tonight. Jaron Loomis into the game. The large number 18, 6'3", 220. The junior's had a nice career. Very athletic. You've seen him catch the football at tight end this year as well. Also played some defensive end from time to time. He's going to be in the shotgun. Single backs Tate Sechrist with twins to the right and left. Motions right to left. The jet sweep, here it comes. The handoff's Breck Miller.
That might be his first career carry. What do you think?
I know, I'm just holding my breath, Doug. Sorry. Just holding my breath.
On that jet sweep, and you had an all-senior split out on this side, Chris Wilson and Laramie Bobeck.
So a pickup of 2 in the gun. Loomis is still in the gun. Motion. Hand off to Tate Sechrist. Tate Sechrist just stiff arms a man, but he's not going to get anywhere. Right now, the interior defensive line of Montoursville really stringing the plays out for sure.
Doing a nice job there, junior Cole Yonkin on that tackle for a loss for the Warriors. They've had a couple tackles for loss here in third quarter. Again, running clock down to 3:30, 51-0 Shore leads.
3rd down and 11. Loomis in the shotgun with trips to his left. Here comes the counter tray to Tate Sechrist, and he's just moving the pile.
Got a nice push there up front by John Dammer, the junior lineman on that left side of the line. John, he's a nice-sized kid in there for the Bulldogs. John comes in at 6'1", 215, so he's a nice addition there on the left side.
Yeah, Jersey Shore right now will strategically continue to bring in substitutions and give the next generation, the next man up. You know, this is why the cupboards are rarely bare here at Jersey Shore, because of the opportunity to play. Do you have some out-of-town scores, Doug?
Let's see if we have any updates on a couple of those real key games, particularly the Mount Carmel Southern game. So that is now tied. The Red Tornadoes, the Tigers, 14-14. They still have that at halftime, so maybe Southern scored right before the break. Selinsgrove still up by 10 on Hollidaysburg, 24-14. No change in the Bloomsburg-Schick game, 14-7.
So the Bulldogs here on 4th and 6 at the Montoursville 32, electing to punt the football. Cooper Peacock is going to punt. High snap. Peacock just hits a low boot. And a wise job. Now, inside the 10, he didn't have to do anything spectacular.
A little bit of a pooch punt on that one, but a good job. Again, pinning your opponent inside their own 10-yard line. Your defense will take that every day of the week, no question about it.
Yeah, for sure, because a lot of times, how many times even collegiately do you see that ball roll into the end zone and come out to the 20? So every ounce of field position, I feel like week to week is squeezed out of that sponge for Jersey Shore, and it's impressive.
Caden Walker comes off the sideline to join Bo Sechrist in that linebacker position. I think we might have seen that combination once or twice this year. Caden only a sophomore.
In the gun, Usina hands off immediately up the middle. Initial surge was there, but closed in a hurry. Pickup of maybe 2, and that was Owen Kleinman on the carry.
And speaking of Caden Walker, right there with Bo Sechrist on that tackle after a gain of a couple. Amazing, Nate. Every game of the season, the second and third teamers who work so hard all week long have gotten pretty much the entire second half. Just countless snaps really adds to their development as football players.
And you can see the maturation for sure. In the shotgun, Usina hands off immediately to number 2. And he is just met. I don't know who made that initial hit, but
I think Luke Thompson in there, the freshman, number 45, in on that tackle.
Big hit.
He's a nice-sized kid for a freshman in there.
Well, what we've noticed, it doesn't matter whether it's the starting team or the second or third unit. There are a lot of collisions that happen when you face this Jersey Shore defense. The physicality and the relentless pressure. We talk about this. You may beat them deep once in a blue moon, and you may get a big pickup, but they don't relent. They just don't take a play off.
They love that physicality. Luke Canellis, the senior, in there as well from a safety position.
You've seen it in the shotgun motion, left to right. Going to pass the ball over the middle. Just slightly airmailed. Intended receiver was number 89. Ethan Bloom.
Jimmy Messina slinging it from the left side. Don't see that too often at the high school level or even the college level. Left-handed quarterbacks, they are pretty rare.
So the Dogs change return men. Believe it or not,
yep.
that's Nick Canellis back.
Nick Canellis back with Elijah Jordan. Nice to see.
To punt, Bryce Eberhardt onto the game again from his end zone. Low snap, picks it up, the grounder. The kick is away, it's high and it's deep. Elijah Jordan fair catches it, and I think that's wise, Doug.
Really nice job. Haven't seen too many fair catches, but you don't give up any yardage. Don't give that ball a chance to hit the turf and then roll. So, again, you're short field for the Bulldog offense, just something we've said over and over again this year. We're going to start from inside the Warrior 45-yard line, about the 43.
Well, and for sure right now, looking to try to establish something on the ground. You know, my thing right now, I'd like to see Tate Sechrist get the edge, but I don't. Checking to see it, running back by platoon right now. Under center is Loomis. Hands off. I believe that's Gabe Andrus. I'll have to get a number here. Yep, Andrus on the carry for the Bulldogs. And that's the end of the third quarter. Jersey Shore 51, Montoursville, the Warriors 0. You're listening to Jersey Shore High School football on the Bear Country Sports Network.
Close to 40 years serving the Jersey Shore area community, All Round Tire, your hometown service and tire sales center. Family owned and operated, All Round Tire features Cooper and many other tire brands, including Michelin and Firestone. Make us your first choice, not only for passenger light truck, farm, and ag tires, but also for service, brakes, exhaust, belts, and hoses. And we offer the only vulcanized flat repairs in the area. PA State Inspection 2, open weekdays 8 till 5, Saturday till noon, All Round Tire. Cement Hollow Road, Jersey Shore.
WQBR 99.9 FM.
Well, we're back here to start this fourth quarter. It's been an awesome, awesome night here. Friday night under the lights, Thompson Street Stadium. Loomis starts the fourth quarter under center. Singles right and left. Motions right to left. Loomis quick pitch left to Andrus. Andrus gets the edge. He has a wall of blockers. Down the sideline, it's Gabe Andrus. He makes a man miss. He's continuing down on his feet. A whole host of blockers. Andrus didn't stop. Energizer Bunny down the left side.
That's probably his career best rush. Boy, just short of the end zone. Be great to see him, reward him for another opportunity here to get a touchdown here on senior night. Gabe Andrus. Nice run.
Andrus has worked extremely hard, discipline in the weight room, hung around last year when he didn't get some touches, and this year, boy, he's making up for it. Under center is Loomis, motions left to right. Jet sweep. It is Breck Miller into the house, and I told you, Doug, he was athletic. I didn't realize how athletic he was.
Pretty good speed on that play.
Nice speed.
I'll tell you, really nice speed. Great blocking at the end of that jet sweep to give him a lane through that right corner of the end zone. It's great to see, Nate, the second unit hasn't scored a whole lot on the offensive side because obviously they haven't had to. Nice drive there, big run by Gabe Andrus. Breck Miller finishes it off.
Breck Miller finishes the touchdown off. He's going to ice the cake. The kick is up. The kick is good. So Breck Miller, impressive, Doug.
What's really impressive, not only the scoring drive and then the PAT by Breck Miller, but if you think about it, Nate, 58 points, they haven't reached their game average. 61 points per game. That is truly impressive. Got to start thinking, Nate, about our player of the game. Brought to you by Barry Enders Construction, serving Bear Country for the last 30 years. Electrical, plumbing, renovation, new construction. Call with your plans. Let Barry Enders Construction bring your dreams to life. 570-745-2296. Barry Enders Construction going to be coming up with our player of the game. A lot of picks here, Nate. Brady Jordan, Connor Griffin. That'd be hard to go. It's got to be somebody on the offensive side. They are really impressive tonight.
Yeah, right now I'd have to say, I won't say. I will not. I will
hold that.
I'll plead the fifth for the moment. I'm getting antsy for that Barry Enders Construction post-game player of the game. Nice score, nice drive that time. Gabe Andrus on the big run. And of all people, Breck Miller on the jet sweep. And I just had someone here in the press box mouth over to us because they know we're on the air and they want to be humble, but they're like, Jersey Shore is just loaded.
They are loaded. Probably the biggest challenge will be next week on the road against an undefeated Canton Warriors team.
Oh, that's Brody Herr. And he kicks that towards the cheerleaders. It's out of bounds on the left side, Doug, but good to see Brody out there. He's been kicking. He's a soccer guy.
That's his first kickoff
I think
year.
so, yeah, but it was good to see. It's good to see the beast out there.
He's been a nice addition to the team. Hopefully he's having a great time. You mentioned it, coming over from soccer. You're not stealing any players, but he wants to be a part of something really, really special here. Hopefully it'll continue for him, but you never know. You might need him later in the year.
For sure, and you've got to have depth.
Trent Severino in as well on the defensive end right side, giving Gabe Andrus a well-deserved break after a couple tackles for loss and then the big run in that last offensive drive.
Yeah, the second half has been marked by some real positives with Loomis coming in and having a nice drive there with the second offense. Musina in the shotgun. Single back to his left. Singles right and left. Hands. No, he fakes a handoff. Nice fake. He's going to go deep. Catches a man. Number 81. And he's still going down the sideline. Really nice pitch and catch to Evan Bloom.
Well, Jimmy's dad, Mark Messina, was a heck of an athlete. 2 All-State player in both football and baseball. That's a nice play for that left-handed quarterback, and a nice run there at the end by the receiver.
And if I'm reading keys tonight and I look at what Eberhard has done on an occasion, and now Jimmy Musina, the linebackers do freeze with the play action.
No, there's no question about it. You have to take a look. Nice delivery there for the big first down.
Musina in the shotgun, single left, single right, single back, hands off immediately. That's the 44, and he's got a hole, and he's got wheels down the outside, makes one man miss. Good tackle on the edge, but not until he picks up another first down. That's the carry by Christian Banks.
Yep, just a freshman. Mentioned him early in the ball game. What's still impressive, Nate, is that the first team defense of Jersey Shore still has not given up a touchdown or a score thus far in the season. All of the scores have come in the second half, normally in the third or fourth quarter against the second and third teamers. But they have pride, too. They're going to want to make a stop here.
And that is remarkable. 1st and 10, inside Bulldog territory, down to the 23. Musina in the shotgun, single back, twins left, single right, rolling to the left, throws it to the flats, wide open, sitting down in the zone, the flats, number 17, Todd Crawford on the catch.
Now you can see some of the younger players, freshmen and sophomores here from Montoursville, they have some ability, so you can bet that this team will be back next year and will be much more competitive, a game that Jersey Shore loves to see year in, year out.
And you said this earlier in the pregame, Doug, as well. Marco Polizzi is out tonight. He's a 6'1", 190-pound workhorse that did so much through the air, took away a lot of the passing threat for Montoursville this season with the ACL. Jimmy Musina in the shotgun, motion left to right. Immediate handoff, number 25. Picks up a nice gain. The Montoursville interior line moving the Dogs' front line on that last play.
The initial hit there by Travis Blackburn, only one of the freshmen for Jersey Shore, 5'8", 210, but running back able to pick up a couple yards, and coaching staff doing a great job getting all the players again on the sideline, shuffling them in on almost every play.
Jersey Shore, interestingly enough, we'll see again the stats on the Max Preps this week because Coach Chris Davis does such a great job of getting them in on Monday of just how many people are in on tackles for the Dog defense. Musina in the shotgun again, 44, Christian Banks to his left, motions right to left. Immediate handoff to Banks. Banks is up the middle, untouched. Stiff arms. Good tackle, though. Canellis comes up and got just enough.
Canellis and Peyton Whitman finishing it off there. A good tackle against Christian Banks. So Banks, he's got some ability. Nice size as a freshman for the Warriors.
So Jimmy Musina comes in, and Montoursville, like you said, they've got some specials here in the future, and a lot of young players for them also seeing reps tonight. You look at their roster, it's large, and it's loaded with freshmen.
Yep, you have the youth on their side, so 1st and goal inside the 9.
Jimmy Musina in the shotgun, Banks to his right, twins right, fakes the handoff, goes over the middle to the flats now. Paul Hale in there in the secondary, coming up, defending the Kane Moore reception.
Tell Musina, he's pretty impressive. He can get it out there in a hurry. He's got some ability. So they have 2 good quarterbacks, Eberhard and Jimmy Musina, for the next couple years for the Warriors.
The nice thing on that play, Doug, our line of sight was right where the ball was thrown, and that was on a laser.
Oh, yeah.
Strong arm. He could sling it.
Absolutely.
So facing a 2nd and 9, ball on the 9, 7:05 to go here in the fourth quarter. Jimmy Musina in the shotgun, Banks to his left, twins right and left, hands off to Banks up the middle. He's met, but he's still driving and dropped back by number 14. That's Clayton Musser on the tackle for the Dogs.
Really nice job there on that to keep that out of the end zone. Forced its 3rd down play from just outside the 5.
Montoursville looking for their first score tonight.
I think they go to the air here, Nate.
It wouldn't surprise me if they go play action. Banks is a threat. He is quick. He is strong. Listed at like 5'9", 200. Jimmy Musina in the shotgun on this 3rd and 5. Fakes it to Banks. The play action pass. Throws to the flats. And just dropped so close to that end line. Again, Musina does a nice job with the footwork and the play action. Just unable to come up with a catch.
Caden Walker just got in the line of sight there, almost had a deflection on that play. And you would have to think 4th and goal. Montoursville going to stay in here and go for it.
They have nothing to lose. They have an excellent field goal kicker. In pregame, he was booting it from 45 plus consistently high and deep. But 3 points doesn't say as much as a 7, so they're looking to get over that end zone right now. Jimmy Musina in the shotgun, 4th and 5. Banks to his right. The handoff is to Banks. Met immediately by number 41, slowing him down enough. That tackle by Bo Sechrist.
He's good. He's very good as a freshman. He knows how to get to the football, able to hold them up just enough to get the teammates in. So the Bulldogs turn them away on downs. Running clock here, 58-0 Bulldogs, 5:28, so we're under 6 minutes to go in this ball game. The Bulldogs, Nate, going to go to 8-0 on the year.
So the Dogs right now choosing to stay with Loomis. Loomis near the goal line, hands off immediately. That's to Brody Herr. Outside goes Brody Herr. And he is tough to bring down and elusive. Again, one of those guys like Hayden Packard, quicker than you think.
Had a tough block out there, and then Brady Herr hit that lineman as well, but he gets up, stays in the ball game, number 51 for the Warriors.
So Loomis in at quarterback still. Majority of the second half reps on offense for the Bulldogs going to him. Hands off immediately to Brody Herr. Brody Herr is immediately wrapped up, so good interior pressure. I believe that's number 76 on the play for Montoursville. Tackle made by Ben Foster.
Yep, nice tackle. Brody Herr had a hole on that right side of the Bulldog line, but not able to get through.
Second now. Make that 2nd and 11 in the gun. Handoff to Brody Herr. He gets around the outside. He's down the sideline. Nice pickup. Interesting to see where they spot it. The official is close to the chains.
No, that's a first down, I think. Maybe, yep, moving the chains.
And he says, he says, bring them on down. So as you said, Doug, the Mercy Rule continuous clock, 4-minute mark here in the 4th quarter. Jersey Shore stopping the Jimmy Musina drive, up 58-0. Loomis in the gun, fakes the handoff to Sechrist. He's going to keep it. We talked about this. Loomis long strides down the sideline. He's at the 50, 45, 40, and knocked out of bounds. I'll tell you something. He's another guy. We talk about this. At 6'3", you don't realize what that looks like. But, man, when each stride's about 5 yards, it's impressive.
Jay Loom with the run.
Jay Loom.
Very good. He's a very good athlete. Really has improved over the last couple years. You would feel comfortable with him running this offense, Nate. No question about it.
Yeah, and it'd be interesting to see him with the receivers. I've seen him throw to the first team in practice. He's incredible. Hand off to Sechrist. Sechrist stumbles immediately. So on that 1st and 10, the Dogs get about a yard.
Shore doing a good job, just shuffling the running backs and receivers in and out, just giving everybody an opportunity to get a carry, touch the football here tonight. Going on to a great win on senior night, 58-0 and rolling.
Loomis in the shotgun, hands off, fakes it to Sechrist. He's going to take it around the outside, getting a nice block by number 80 on the edge. Loomis picks up about 10.
Graydon Staggart, freshman, very nice block out there, doing just what you want. Get the hands in there, get between the defender, nice pickup. Loomis, another first down on the run. Chain guys can't keep up.
First down, handoff up the middle to Sechrist, makes one man miss, and he's still running. Out across the 20-yard line to the 19. The chain crew was not ready to go on that. The fast cars got the best of them towards the end of this game.
They were not set at all. Good run there by Bo Sechrist. He's tough.
Bo is tough, and, we used to say Bo knows football, so 41 as a freshman looks really solid tonight. First down He keeps it. It's Paul Hale. Paul Hale down around the outside. Inside the 10-yard line. And we talk about the wheels of Paul Hale. Reminds me a little bit of the prior Lorson quarterback. I mean, he was one of those guys. He became a dual threat later in his career.
Paul Hale has very good wheels. And you want to finish it off with a touchdown. Your second, third teamers now. You want to get points on the board.
Paul Hale in the shotgun. Hands off immediately up the middle to 24. Carried on the ball. That's Talon Malk. Had to look that one up. We've called his number a lot this year as well. But
boy, it's tough to make these kids take a knee. I mean, your third, fourth teamers in there, freshmen in there. They're taking their time, but you have to reward them for their efforts as well.
And I think there's a fine line, and I agree with that, Doug. Paul Hale up the middle, keeps it. He's met at the 5-yard line and tackled. The continuous clock now is going to be down inside of a minute. Going to bring up a third down, I believe, in goal.
I think you give them one more play. If you don't get in, then you probably take a knee to end this one. Certainly going to run this one down, take a time. Probably within 25 seconds when they snap it.
And the issue is, if you do score, then you make that the issue the whole night. Paul Hale hands off to number 32, carried on the play by Caden Walker. Met immediately, which brings up fourth down. Inside of 30. Dogs up 58-0. It's been a wild ride tonight. Paul Hale is the quarterback right now for the Dogs on senior night. Montoursville band in the background. Sounded great all night long.
Victory formation here. They don't have to snap it. Just going to make sure they get set up. They'll run this one out, Nate. Another impressive win for the Bulldogs. 58-0 senior night here against the Montoursville Warriors.
Yeah, it's been a great night. Senior night, great night here. We're going to go back to the station again. Thompson Street Stadium for the fourth home game in a row here tonight. The Jersey Shore Bulldogs on top of Montoursville handily, 58-0. We'll be back right after this. You're listening to Jersey Shore High School football on the Bear Country Sports Network.
We tried Dynovite nutritional supplement, and after a couple of weeks, we noticed a big difference. Our little Gizmo's coat was shinier, and there was a lot less scratching and shedding.
My dog smelled and scratched constantly. We bathed and sprayed her, took her to the vet, but no results. Now, a little Dynovite in her food helps Bella keep her beautiful coat with no scratching or smell.
Happier, healthier with every bite. Over 1 million pets helped with Dynovite.
Wouldn't it be great if you could get auto, power sports, RV, home, life, fire, commercial, farm, tenant, and or personal liability insurance all from one agency? Well, that's where Hafley Nationwide Insurance comes in. They can help protect what's important to you. So why not simplify your life? See Hafley Nationwide Insurance in Lock Haven. 570-748-2926. Nationwide is on your side. Nationwide Mutual Insurance Company and affiliates, Columbus, Ohio, subject to underwriting guidelines, review, and approval.
Exergen wants you to know about an important study just released by the FDA. It confirms what the medical community has known all along. Non-contact thermometers are not accurate, and they fail to meet FDA requirements for accuracy in labeling. With new strains of COVID on the rise, we can't afford to tolerate the rampant false temperature readings from non-contact thermometers. You need Exergen thermometers because they are accurate and backed by over 100 clinical studies. Be sure, be accurate with Exergen. Learn more at Exergen.com.
First Quality in Lock Haven and Macleodon is recruiting new team members. Receive competitive wages, $1.50 shift premium, insurances that begin day one, bonuses, and a team-oriented culture. There are immediate openings in Lock Haven and Macleodon for full-time production, maintenance, and warehouse positions. To apply, go online to joinfq.com. That's joinfq.com. First Quality is an equal opportunity employer.
Did you know a fire department responds to a fire every 23 seconds? First Alert is reminding you to be prepared by installing smoke and carbon monoxide alarms on every level and in each bedroom of your home. Don't forget to add First Alert fire extinguishers on every level, plus in common spaces like the kitchen, and know how to use them. Protect your whole home with safety you can trust by visiting firstalert.com and Lowe's stores today.
Fred Ham Incorporated has proudly served Lycoming and Clinton counties with residential and commercial trash removal since 1968. Family-owned company that cares about the environment and their customers. They provide extensive trash removal and recycling options, including bags, cans, dumpsters, even small and large roll-offs. They have a fleet of trucks for reliable pickup and convenient online bill pay. Call Fred Ham Incorporated today at 570-398-1814.
Cutting Edge Country, WQBR, The Bear.
We are back. Friday Night Lights to bring this game to a close, Doug, but not until we first talk about some statistics and what went down and how it all came to be.
Almost all in the first half. Don't have exact numbers, but pretty darn close. 262 yards on the ground. Again, almost all in the first half. Brady Jordan, 8 for 13 through the air, 2 TDs, 133 yards, 2 of them to Connor Griffin. So great first half, great ball game for Brady Jordan, certainly in discussion for one of our player of the game, but real impressive. Again, the defense with a shutout. 21 players on the defense with tackles, number of players with tackles for loss. I didn't total those up. Sacks as well. Very, very impressive for the defensive unit. And again, the first-team defensive unit has not given up a score all season long. Can't ask for a better performance than that. Really impressive.
Very impressive, Doug.
Let's do the scoreboard, Nate. Irv's Meat Market bringing our scoreboard. We'll get one final update on that. Bloomsburg still up on Schick, 14-7 now in the fourth quarter. Hollidaysburg has come all the way back, taking the lead over Selinsgrove 28-24, so a heck of a ball game there. Southern is coming back, taking the lead over Mount Carmel in the third quarter, 21-20. Danville final, 35-0 over Berwick. Loyalsock final, 47-0 over Wyalusing. No, not an update on Montrose Central Columbia Montourville Tech. That's still 16-14 in the second half. Muncie 46-14 over Cowanesque Valley in the fourth quarter. Warrior Run, and they're making a run to 500 record here, 41-0 over Montgomery. Mifflinburg, heck of a game with Milton coming back, taking the lead 26-21 over Milton. Shamokin 14-0 over Central Columbia in the fourth quarter, so the Indians bouncing back with a shutout there. And Hughesville, 21-0 over Towanda. Nice bounce-back year for the Spartans of Hughesville in the fourth quarter as well. Tomorrow's game, Midwest at Lewisburg. But the games to keep an eye on in those late WBRE or WNEP, Mount Carmel, Southern, and Mifflinburg-Milton. See how those turn out, because they will not be finished as we end up the ball game here. We'll take one more break, Nate, then we'll come back and do the player of the game. Sounds like a plan?
Sounds like a great plan, Doug. You're listening to Jersey Shore High School football on the Bear Country Sports Network.
By now, you know that sound. It's the sound of the Home Depot. But what about those sounds? Those are the sounds of Kraft Ice from a new LG refrigerator, cooling your drink to perfection. Making this the sound of savings on top brand appliances. Save up to $1,212 on this exclusive LG kitchen package with Kraft Ice at the Home Depot. How doers get more done. Offer valid September 29th through October 19th. U.S. only. See store or online for details.
Since 1925, Erie Insurance has been providing protection for you and your family. Auto, home, life, business, and flood insurance, annuities too. Get a great price and the service you expect from Erie Insurance. Available from your local Erie agent, Fager Insurance Agency in Lock Haven, serving the area for the last 57 years. Call now, 570-748-3570 to get a free quote. Fager Insurance Agency, 511 East Church Street, Lock Haven, 570-748-3570.
FCCB will make it happen for you. Are you buying your forever home? Whether you're downsizing or just shopping for a vacation home, you deserve an experienced lender and quick turnaround. FCCB will make it happen for you. Visit mortgagesmadesimple.com and get started today. First Citizens Community Bank, building better communities for 150 years. Member FDIC. Together, we'll get it done. FCCB will make it happen for you.
For a great time, make it Bald Bird's Brewing Company in Jersey Shore. Enjoy 24 different beers in the family-friendly tap room where pets are welcome too, and a full selection of local spirits, wines, and specialty cocktails. Don't miss our weekly family game night and trivia night. Bald Bird's Brewing Company offers event space for meetings, weddings, and private and semi-private party spaces. Open Wednesday through Sunday. Bald Bird's Brewing Company, Schaefer Lane, Jersey Shore. Online at baldbirdsbrewing.com.
Can I get the sales projections for the Springfield, Bristol, and Fairview stores?
Val's Froyo Palace is dishing out 3 more locations.
Jody, have you lined up interviews?
They need 3 new store managers before they have a meltdown.
And remember, they need at least 5 years experience.
Indeed can help them hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. We instantly connect you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
B.A. Mikesell is a local residential, commercial, and industrial electrical contractor. With over 10 years servicing North Central Pennsylvania, B.A. Mikesell has built relationships with home and business owners in Jersey Shore and beyond. Trust B.A. Mikesell's trained electricians for all of your electrical needs. Take advantage of their industry-leading warranties. Call 570-398-7837 today to find out more. B.A. Mikesell Electric, a proud supporter of Jersey Shore sports.
WQBR, The Bear, Cutting Edge Country.
We're back. Nate Carpenter, Doug Byerly to close this one out here. Thompson Street tonight has been a barn burner of a game for the Bulldogs. Just lots of layers of excellence when it comes to the second, third, fourth. And we got a player of the game tonight, Doug, and some people will say, what's that all about? Well, here's what we do. We look at a game from a serious vantage point of, we're not going to give it to the same guy every game. We're going to share the wealth, so to speak. But who did you see step up and just jump off that stat sheet tonight that wasn't maybe typically a household name, but will now be?
So week number 8, week number 1 it was Hayden Packer. Week number 2, Breck Miller. Week number 3 it was the Jersey Shore defense. Week number 4 it was the Jersey Shore special teams. Week 5, Cooper Peacock. Week number 6, Connor Griffin. Week number 7, last week, Hayden Packer, 4 TDs rushing against the Shamokin Indians. And here in week number 8, certainly could have given it to Brady Jordan. 128 yards rushing in the first half, 3 TDs, 2 TDs throwing as well. And Brady hasn't gotten it all year. But you want to really pick out who is really adding something to this team that he didn't have before, and it's on the defensive side. 6 tackles, 1 assist, and a half a sack in there as well. On senior night, one of the senior defensive players, not a starter, Stone Seacrest, or Barry Enders Construction Player of the Game tonight in week number 6. Congratulations to Stone, and again, thank you to Barry Enders Construction for sponsoring the honor. Player of the Game, Stone Seacrest tonight, Nate.
Well, listen, it's always a pleasure here working for the Bear Country Sports Network, and it's really not work. It's a privilege. It's a joy, too, to be a part of a culture that has this dynamic, now richly laden with tradition. I just can't believe it. It's always a great day to be a Bulldog. Tradition never graduates, as Coach Gravish always communicates to his kids. They are a family. They're a unit. And just like our family back at the station, thanks to Dr. Dave, to Karen, to Vince here on the film tonight, to the statisticians, Coach Davis, and my father, Jim Carpenter, and all those who allow this program to happen. I'm signing off, and here's Doug Byerly.
Yeah, tune in next week. Going to be a great one. 2 undefeated teams late in the year in week number 9. We're on the road to Canton against the Warriors. Going to be a great ball game, Nate, but it's always a great day to be a Bulldog. 58-0. Bulldogs win tonight over Montoursville.
Well, that's a wrap. You've been listening to Jersey Shore High School football on the Bear Country Sports Network.
Thanks for listening to Jersey Shore High School football on the Bear Country Sports Network. This game brought to you by SWC Real Estate, Woodlands Bank, Brigandy, Gleghorn, and Hafley, TLC Fuels, Realty Lease Properties, First Quality, Susquehanna Transit, All Round Tire, Hafley Insurance, Hollick's Coal and Oil, Jiffy Market and Deli, Jason Eberhardt State Farm Insurance, Anchor Realty, First Citizens Community Bank, Fager Insurance, Bald Bird's Brewing Company, Twilight Diner, Napa in Mill Hall and Jersey Shore, Jimmy Lee State Farm Insurance, Pennycoff Rural Services, Kevin Peacock Disposal, Joe's Equipment, Muncie Bank and Trust Company, McMahon Ferguson and Associates, B.A. Mikesell Electric, Fred Ham Disposal, Barry Enders Construction, and River Valley Internet. Next week, the Dogs are on the road to Canton. Join Nate Carpenter and Doug Byerly. Pre-game 6:30 on the Bear Country Sports Network.